Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and this is the Resort Recon live stream where we catch you up with all that theme park uh, stuff that's going on here in Orlando. And of course, we always wind up doing some kind of shopping segment as well, don't we, Eric?
Mm, yes, that's dangerous.
Yes, especially for those of you who you can't make it to the parks and you kind of want to decorate your place on your own. I mean, I'm looking at her background. Oh my gosh. I'm like, how the heck can I recreate that in my house? It just looks so
Oh,
cool.
gosh, that is me all around. Whew.
I mean, my mom would do that. She would, like, when we would go to Disney, she would be taking notes, like, okay, I need to put this in, I need to put this in my garden,
I
this in my
do.
garden. Okay, I can decorate it, like this, and I can decorate it like that. And then for Christmas, that's like where I went nuts with, taking pictures of stuff that I see Disney, and then going to Michael's. I'm like, I get that, I get that. Get that, get that, and no, it's not quite Disney enough. I need more. I need more.
Yeah.
but it but it's just one of those cool things that you ideas that you can get and like do at home. And do you find, like, when your neighbors see it, they're just like,
Oh,
wow.
girl, my neighbor came over was it yesterday, and okay. So our neighbors next door weren't here last Halloween. They just moved in last December, and the ones across the street just moved in like a few days, about a week ago. So the one next door comes over, and he's like, so how crazy does it get up here for Halloween?" Me and Raph just looked at each other, and I said, "Well, you in the Facebook group?" He's like, "Yes." "Did you watch the video?" "Yes." I said, "Well, we're looking at 3,000 triggers, and we are on the most popular in the entire village." So he's just sat there, and he kind of went white, like, and then he, "How much candy should I?" I said, "Well, we bought about $100 on about 4 bags. Unfortunately, it was about $1 a bag, and each bag is just about 300 pieces." And I told him, "You
Hmm.
do the math if you want it to last 4 hours." And he's like, "Oh gosh." He's like, "So basically $100 for every half hour." I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably what you're looking
Hmm.
at." I'm like, "It's not cheap,
Oh.
and it's a lot of kids."
Especially if they find out you are that house. And then,
Oh
because I
yeah.
know when I was a kid, I was part of the intelligence network. I'm like, you want to go to this house? You want to go to this house? Avoid that house because they're giving out freaking raisins.
Oh no, yeah,
Like,
and our house is known for cotton candy. This year I decided not to because of my back. I stand for 4 hours. So I'm gonna bag popcorn a couple 2 weeks before,
mhm.
then also buy candy. So I'm just passing out. I'm not actually standing, with my arms up and twisting and turning, and you're constantly,
Yeah.
and my back can't do that anymore. So yeah, no cotton candy this year. They're gonna be excited, but I'll have popcorn, so it's all good. Little
Yeah. Yeah.
fancy treat. I'm all about the treats.
You're gonna have great stuff. You're gonna have great stuff. And speaking of great, I see you guys starting to wander on in. I appreciate seeing you guys. Hey, hey, hey. And I got to rock. I got to rock. Hey, Slytherin Hobbit. I hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Glad to see you guys got back safe from visiting down here, Universal Orlando. Folks, it's going to be a very, very, very fun show. First part of the show, we're actually going to check out some stuff from Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party because I thought I was going Sunday. It turns out I had tickets to go last night and actually did some stuff that I didn't get a chance to do the first time around. I was quite happy about it. And let's see, we got Gary Evangel Sandwich in the house, and BR Geist has a question for Erica. So we'll let her pop that out. It says, Erica, do you have a fun name for your spooky lair? I love it.
No, I sure don't. I didn't even think about naming it, honestly. Open to name. Layers cute.
Folks need to throw some names out there. Names out there. That'd be so cool. So yes, folks, I went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. So we're gonna do some Disney stuff first. Then we'll get into the Unmasking the Horror Tour that I did at Universal Orlando. So this is got the bag last night. Got the bag and with the
Mm.
candy and stuff in it. And not only did I get the bag and the candy, I'm gonna have to blow this up because you guys are gonna have to see this. This is the popcorn bucket
So
that I got last night only for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. It is
mm.
the vampire teddy, not the scary teddy, as some sites have said. It is not just the scary teddy. He's vampire teddy. If you saw the Nightmare Before Christmas, you saw a little girl said, "Oh, he's so cute," and she's hugging him, and then he starts flapping his wings, and they go screaming and running, and it's like going up the stairs. So this is great. So this was offered during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Yes, they did. They did sell out while I was there, but so oh my gosh, look at this is the biggest one and the best engineered popcorn bucket I've ever seen. Look, it's like you have to put your hand in his mouth. Get the popcorn out, right? It looks perfect. It looks like he's trying to, bite your hand. So I thought the mayor's car from Nightmare Before Christmas, that I thought that popcorn bucket was cool. This one, no, 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 no. This one is extremely cool. However, it is only available during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. The popcorn carts by Cinderella's Castle. There's two of them. So if they say it's sold out at one, go over to the other one because that's what I did. And for some reason, that one got the bulk of the Mickey ones, and the other one got most of the Vampire Teddy ones. The Vampire Teddy ones sold out. Went over to the other place, and they didn't have any Mickey buckets, but they had like we just have the Vampire Teddy ones. I'm like, I don't care. That's all I want. That's all I want. So yeah, if you can get one and you get to the party early, definitely go buy the popcorn carts to get that. This is usually the popcorn buckets, they're kind of, they're okay. This one, you definitely want to start a bucket. It is so cool. Yeah, definitely not like the Dune bucket. Not like that. Yes, very cool. Very cool. Slytherins would really love that one. Dan's Life at the Kingdom, that bucket is huge, but I like my Mickey pumpkin though. Yeah, it is a cute one, but I was kind of like, it's okay. And I said, maybe I'll get one the next time around. But I was like, oh my God, that is freaking insane. It's freaking nuts. It's what I call popcorn bucket. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Meg B says, I'm excited to hear about this. Always been curious about the houses, but not so sure that I would be able to handle them. Ha ha ha. Ha. Well, that's kind of the idea that I had when I went. People were just like, I want to go, but I'm not quite sure what it's like. But we're gonna go through that little bit. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna go through some pictures here from the party. No, I did not, Dan. They sold out just as I got there. So I did not get the Winifred sipper. So I was kind of upset that I didn't get the Winifred sipper. But I got a vampire teddy. So I was happy. Got a vampire teddy for me and a vampire teddy popcorn bucket for camera girl. So that actually worked out pretty good. So what I'm showing you guys really quick is I got to do the Jack and Sally meet and greet at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Now I'd skipped this before because it's a long wait. you were going to be waiting for at least an hour. Okay, at least an hour when the party starts. Put it that way. I got in line about 5:45, I think, or so. We didn't get in until about right at 7. But I will say the experience was not what I thought it was going to be, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I want that in my yard.
This is so cool.
What? Like,
You should do this. This
how
is
do I
so
that?
so
I
so.
literally, I'm in trying to figure out
You're
how.
planning mode right now. Like,
I know
how
I am. Can I do it before this Halloween? Do it in 5 weeks?
You might be able to do the bottom part. I'm thinking I think getting I think it's easy to get the art stencils for the characters from the Nightmare Before Christmas, but then it's like putting the banners together themselves, unless you
Yeah.
have art that's already there and you can use it. They've got the pumpkins, up top, and then they have like the skull and
Oh,
the
so
ribbon, and it's like in a cauldron pot with like
oh
moss.
my gosh. I
Erica's
didn't even
like, you're
notice
not
that.
helping me here.
I didn't even see you until you pointed. I was like, oh my children.
That's how my brain goes when I look at this stuff. And first of all, thank you, freaking Punk, for that $2 super chat. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's going to go in the Vampire Teddy reimbursement because I did not expect to buy that thing, and I was going to totally pass it by. And I saw somebody walking by with one. I'm like, that sucker's huge. I need a baby carrier to put.
Where was this at again?
This is where this is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you mentioned that. If you know where the Mickey meet and greet is near Tony's Town
Yeah.
restaurant. Okay, so
Yeah.
you go in there. Usually there's Mickey Mouse and
Mhm.
somebody else that they have the meet and greets for. However, during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and the line opens early, that is where you go to meet Jack and Sally from the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
I
they
have
changed it.
only ever seen them before at Disneyland. Have
They
not
used to
seen them
have
here
them
before.
at the little gazebo where Liberty Square is. I remember that was years ago, a long time ago.
Yeah, they have changed it now. So when you go in, when they bring you in, the area that you first go in, the first room that you go in, it's like all like black with like purple LED
Oh
lighting.
my God,
It's
don't tell me
it's
that.
so cool. You walk in, and there's a pumpkins, and then you walk into this room. Well, there's one room before this one, and then you go into this one where they've got like all of these buckets, and there's like a snake on the ground from the movie, which is pretty much like the queue, how you line up, and they bring you in like by groups. But how would I put this? That you don't just walk in. Jack Skellington comes out to
Oh.
meet you and bring you into this
Oh, wow.
room here. First of all, he sounds like Deadpool. I'm sorry, but he does. But he does. He sounds like Deadpool, but he comes out like, Jack Skellington, I'm so excited that you're here. And he brings you into the room, and then there's Sally that's there, and they do not rush you whatsoever.
Oh, that's good. That's nice. I was wondering about that.
No, they don't rush you. I think it's so cool that Jack is the one that comes out and brings you into the room, and they interact and talk, and talk to you. Like this is me, but Camera Girl went before me, and she saw them at Disneyland, and I got her hooked on Nightmare Before Christmas. She loved it ever since she was a kid. So she loves talking to the characters, especially Jack and Sally. And then I go there, and they like, because I had a mermaid outfit that was like it literally was a mermaid skeleton, and they like that. And they're just talking. It's just so much fun how they did this. And when you go out, yep, and that's us right there,
Um,
all taking pictures together. Again, they don't rush you. So that's why I'm like, okay, hour and a half rate, really not bothered because of how they do this. You actually feel like you're walking into Halloween Town with the first room, and then the second room, and then the third room with the waiting room, which is what we saw. You still like Beetlejuice more? Yeah, I liked
mm,
Beetlejuice. I really did. And then this one was like Christmas on crack
yeah.
and with the stop motion.
Your
Remember that? Isn't it
double
that?
theme. She could really double, and you could leave the for Christmas if you really wanted to, if you're
Right.
decorating.
You
Yeah.
get a it's like you get a twofer, you
Mhm.
know? You get a twofer. Yeah, they do. They get the Haunted Mansion holiday overlay. So here it's like we get to see Jack and Sally in the meet and greet. So I highly suggest that. And even after the meet and greet, did I put it here? I did. I did. Okay, so when you come back to get your things, because there's a cast member, you can put your stuff like down on a table and then go and meet them. Let me blow this up real quick. When you come back, you have one of these for each person in your party, and it's got Jack and Sally's autograph because they don't sign autographs at the
Mm.
meet and greet, but you get this little card at the end, which is really, really cute because you can only get this during the party. So
Oh my god.
I thought that was a really, really nice touch at the end.
Oh man, that's
So
not good.
I
I'm
would
over
check
here
this out.
cracking ideas. Oh my
Look, here's
gosh.
Oogie Boogie right there. That's pretty easy
I have
to
that
do.
backdrop. I'm
You
like,
have that one?
"Ooh, what I can do with that backdrop this year."
I like that, but I have to get Vampire Teddy trussed up. So I'm redoing my studio a little bit, so I have to get something
Oh.
to hang him up. Now this one, um, right here, yes, it is so much fun. It Southern Hobbit. Oh my gosh, let me tell you, Nuanced Hobbit would really like the Nightmare Before Christmas meet and greet with Jack. And he's so good, but the little kids see him and they're just like, because he comes out and he's so childlike. But yet when he's coming out and when he's talking, I'm just like, I swear, I think he's Deadpool. I really do. Hey Ron, how
Hey,
you
right?
doing, my dear? Just popping in for a quick hello and to leave a like. Well, thank you. I hope you and the family are having some good time
Yeah.
together. Yeah, no worries, no worries, my dear. No worries. Yeah, he'll love it. So awesome. So awesome. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Enjoy family time. Enjoy the pictures. Enjoy the pictures. So another meet and greet. This actually wasn't a meet and greet. This was on a darn treat trail where you go in where the princesses, the storybook meet,
Mhm.
where Snow White Scary Adventures used to be. So now they have the princesses over there. So you're in a treat line. Okay. I turn the corner, and who do I see but the OG of Disney villains right
Yes,
there?
ma'am. That's my sister's favorite
Yes.
villain, Maleficent.
She is my favorite. I so want to dress up as her for Halloween. It's too freaking hot here. I'm sorry. I can't do the headgear because in order
Mm.
to do it right, you have to do the makeup, you have to do the headgear, you have to have the whole, I mean, just like the whole darn get up. And this was the coolest photo op. I had not expected it. And right in front of me were three ladies dressed as Flora, Fauna, and
Ah,
Merryweather.
that is awesome. Ha and now I wanna know how they interacted with Maleficent, like, what was her
I didn't get to see it
reaction?
because I didn't know. I thought they were just taking pictures in front of the portrait, which they did of Sleeping Beauty. I did not know Maleficent was going to show up because it's literally right around the corner So you can't tell until you get around the corner that boom, here's Maleficent. I was like,
Yeah.
when I saw her, oh, until I got her to watch and appreciate it. Yes, it is. I love that film on so many darn levels, especially the music. So, yes, we're actually going to have a watch party for that movie. Yes, I will be singing along because daggone it, especially Kidnap Mr. Santa Claus. She would be the first Slytherin. Yes, that is true. She certainly would be. Oh, hey, Kimberly Anhart. And yes, this is why be our guest. Yeah, my favorite Disney villains are the ones who really savor being fun and evil, like Maleficent and Ursula, and old school Cruella Deville,
Oh yeah. Hmm.
like unapologetic. I freaking love it. So actually, when you walk into the party, they do have Cruella Deville. I have to post that short up, so she's actually out, and you can interact with her. But this was a total surprise. I did not know this chick was here. I uh, I did not know. So we got through this one. I
Oh
had to
yeah.
stop for some food.
Yum yum.
So this was like a tandoori burger with like bacon and fries, which was actually pretty good. And then I got like a ube frozen shake here and a
Ube?
frozen slushy. Yeah, ube
The
slushy. I did
ube
not know.
flavor?
Yeah,
Huh.
I didn't know
I thought it
what
was great.
ube was. But I figured anything paired with like red hot candy should be a good time. So you get this and it's got like a little chocolate tombstone on it that says, RIP. So I got that. And over here at the Starlight Cafe, they've got like this whole Disney Junior dance party going on. And then they had like a trivia thing. And it was real hard for me not to shout answers out. But this was fun. Inside, air conditioned. It was good. Oh, it's a dark, like a dark bread
Yeah. Just colored
blend.
bread.
Yeah, I don't know the name, but I remember having this really dark bread in Germany. That's what it reminds me of. So I had that, and it was good. Of course, pricey. It's like 13 bucks, but it's during the party. You can't get this. You can't get some of these things during the day. You can only get them at the party. So both of these together were awesome with the ube shake. How you going, Shogi? With the ubi shake and all of that frozen slushy hit the spot because it was so hot. Pumpernickel. It might have been. I just know it was good, and I was really hungry, and it was really good, and it had bacon in it, so
Mm.
it
Love a
was
good bacon
delicious.
burger.
I love bacon. Bacon makes everything
Mm.
better. Here's a better picture of the shake. I mean, it does say R.I.P., but it kind of slid down there in the
That
bottom a
strawberry ice
little bit.
on top.
Yeah, strawberry whipped cream
Oh,
and red hots. I love red hot
flavored whipped
candies.
cream.
Red hots and the frozen ube slushy like under the bottom. I'd never had ube before, but it was delicious. So I enjoyed it, Teresa. This was good. Good execution. It was like $6, but honestly it was worth it for all the flavor combinations and everything that they had going on. And had a piece of chocolate in it. Shoot,
Oh, there's a
had
lot
to
going
love
on in
that.
that drink.
Mm-hmm. There was a
It looks
whole
good. Like a
lot.
good ube ice cream, but I tasted it out here for the first time. I wish I'd had it in Okinawa because it's basically an Asian sweet potato, and
I've
it's
had
got a
both.
flavor all its own. You can't even try. Well, what does it taste like? It tastes like ube. You just have to try it. It's really
You
good. It's
just
sweet.
Yes, you have to try it. I love that. It's such a distinctive.
Mm-hmm.
It's distinctively different. It's one of
Yeah,
those things where I love sweet potato pie, so I want
me
to
too.
make one out of the Japanese sweet
Mm.
potatoes because I don't think anybody would like, what is this? Really? This is sweet potato, but not sweet potato. So the other thing that I really liked at night, and I would not have run into this situation had I not been leaving the park around midnight. So I missed the hitchhiking ghosts the first time that I went
Oh,
to the party. So they're out there and they're trying to get people, hey, we're going to come home with you. So I thought this was really cool. Like at the night, instead of the cadaver dance, you see the hitchhiking ghosts that are out there.
cool.
And
Do
I
they talk?
actually they did no, I
No,
don't
they're just
remember.
silent, doing their
I don't
emotions.
remember them talking, but you know what? We're gonna find out for sure because I took a little bit of video.
Oh,
Shouldn't they be following us around? You know what? I figure at the end of the night, they were just like, "Hey, we're gonna really make sure we go home with some people." So I took this video last night. So it's kind of two of them together.
oh man, looking at their costumes.
It's so funny how they do that. I'm like, I can't believe they were out there. And they wave. It's such a cool touch.
Oh
Now they're
man.
trying to go home with me. Hi. Only if you pay rent. I've been waiting to
If
use
you
that
pay
line
rent.
for the longest time. If you pay rent. Because you're walking through and they're trying to say goodnight. Hi. Only if you pay rent. And the funny part is he tips his hat after I say that. And you can see the other
Ah,
ghost is like, oh yeah, that's a good one.
man. I'm trying to get Christian and some of his friends to see if they wanted to dress up as hitchhiking ghosts. At least 3 of them, you know?
Oh, that'd be
And
perfect.
then maybe one if I can convince another one to as like the ghost. I know, it's all in my head. It's just
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it. I
oh,
tell you. Hey, Big Time Myrtle Beach to Orlando. You got to check out Big Time Myrtle Beach's channel. He's doing some great stuff about the refurb that's going on. And I always keep a Portofino. I believe it's a Portofino resort at Universal. Says, hi, Lorena. Thank you so much for the food recommendations and your support. Ah, well, you're welcome. You're welcome. And talking about food, yeah,
I love food.
that Korean corn dog.
I told Raph
That
about it,
was
and he was
fun.
like, "I don't know about that." I'm like, "Come on, you gotta trust Lorena." I'm like, "She knows food." I'm like, "She knows food." I'm like, "I trust
Yeah,
her."
yeah. I know food, and if drunk 3PO says you got to eat it,
Oh, he's a
because he
foodie
loves
too?
food. Yeah, he's a foodie too. He's like, yeah,
Oh,
you gotta get this Korean corner because I was
good to know.
not gonna get it. I'm like, I don't know. It's like that. Gotta try it. Gotta try it. Gotta try it. So tried that. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man s'more,
Oh, do not say marshmallow.
girl. This
I love
marshmallow
marshmallow.
as big as my hand. Okay, the sugar buzz. Oh my gosh, the sugar buzz is just amazing. Next time I'm at Halloween Horror Nights, I'm gonna have to try that live
Take a picture of it.
so you guys can see it. I think I took a picture of it. I have so much video pictures. I got to go back and do that. Hey Zoe Disney, I'm so hyped for Dark Universe, girl.
Me
Me,
too.
bro.
Oh, I wanna go to that steakhouse. Oh, I want some steak served up
Burning
by some
Blade.
vampires. Oh
Yes,
gosh, so much fun.
it is going to be a blast. I just want to go. I want to see the Burning Blade Tavern. See like the blades go on fire every 30 minutes. So if you're like, well, what's the Burning Blade Tavern? Well, watch the Frankenstein movie, and you'll get the reference. So 30 of you folks in here, thank you so very much. So glad that you are here. We're going to pop to a little bit of universal news before we get to the goodies. So there is a sweepstakes now going on for Epic Universe. So you and a trip for you and up to 3 guests, and you'll stay close to the action at Universal Helios Grand Hotel. So they're not putting you, not that they're bad at all. Stella Nova, I can't wait to go there. Can't wait to stay there. Staying there in January. The Helios Hotel, which is this hotel back here, it is gorgeous.
Yeah, she's frozen. Lorena, you're frozen if you can hear me. I don't know if you can even hear me. Can y'all can hear me just fine, right? Erica Vamp. Sorry, it's funny. Right. I have a feeling she's rebooting. I sent her a message in the back also. All right, I'm gonna some of these. Okay, I guess I've never done one of these. Okay, so you guys can hear me just fine. All right. I can see and hear, yes. All right. Them spirits are at play. Yeah. Mischievous what are some of y'all's favorite Halloween? What do you guys do? How's Germany? It's good. It's gotten it's gotten down to 38 degrees in the evening. And it was I had to wear a coat. Gotten downright cold all of us. Candy. Okay, so Lorena says she lost her internet for a second. Okay. I am. All right, so her out. All right. Oh, there she's back, or she'll be back in a little. My costumes for a few years. Hang on. Big holiday decorator kind of person, love to decorate. Yes, that's Sunset Harbor Entertainment. I'm the same way. Halloween's my favorite for decorating. I also do Christmas. Disney's our granddaughter. Yeah, I'm a procrastinator at shopping, but idea, Tom, to early. And my internet's kind of being a little slow, so I have to scroll. Wake the spirits with your tambourine. Dance like kingdom. We're dressing the Honey, I Shrunk the Stream. Part of my tradition is going to the post sales and getting discounted to collection the next year. Yes, I wish I could do that from here. It's a little tricky. If I were stateside, that's exactly how I'd be shopping every year. Oh, thank you, Going Shogi. Yes, this my setup back here is not going to last longer because everything behind me's got to go in the foyer for my actual Halloween display. So enjoy it while it lasts. Tina Goodman, her internet cut out for she's trying to get things rebooted. There's a great elementary school in the middle of the neighborhood. So our neighborhood is literally old. Crazy Halloween cat. Oh, that's. I love like community come together and do big Halloween events. It's so much fun. That's basically what we do. Our village is the biggest event is Halloween. We get about 3,000 readers. And the street that we're on is the most popular street for Halloween. Then, oh, there she's back. Yay!
Although, to be fair, it's hot as I don't know what. So sometimes there's connectivity issues when it's too it's like 110 degrees in the shade. Forget that. I'm not working anymore.
Girl.
So I don't know.
Meanwhile, it's like it's freezing over here. It's gotten down to 38 degrees. The highs are in the 50s. It's cold. And it just, I don't know, boom. Forget fall. It's like, oh, to me, it feels like.
Oh, man. Nah. Well, I see you were just holding down the fort just perfectly.
I was trying.
I know people wanted to.
I'm like, I don't know what to do. What do I say? I've never done this before on my own. I'm invited on strings. I don't do it on my own. So I'm like,
I'm watching. I'm like, oh, she's just answering, all about how cool background. Yeah, because people want to know about your background. So
we were just talking Halloween. I could talk your ear off about Halloween. It's the easiest subject I can think of right now. It's Halloween.
I could have stepped back, got some more coffee and Oogie Boogie here, and come back. Man, you were going like champ. Shoot. Absolutely. We all will love you. Tom F is like, you got to do a live, Erica. Yeah, you got to do one on your channel.
We talked about it. We just don't know what to talk about it. We're just kind of our oh, hold on. It's over here.
Well, some people, you know what? They just give you stuff to talk about, and you kind of you go from there.
Ralph's holding on the fort for dinner, so I had to taste it and make sure it's kosher.
It's like, let's see if you did it right. Let's see if you did it right.
Chicken and dumplings. Nice.
My mom used to make that. My mom used to make that stuff. Oh, well, thank you guys so much. I apologize for that. That's like an operational hazard down here. We've got at least 2 more months of, devil's oven type of temperatures. So we'll have like cell towers, something will blow, air conditioning unit, they'll like, boom, internet, that's another one. Our internet lines here are buried, but that's the thing. When it's too hot, whatever controlling station is gets too hot, boom. But yeah, I will always be back in one form or
and
another.
For us, we're on DSL. That's fun.
Oh,
Welcome to Europe.
wow.
Welcome to Europe. Yeah. And they're,
Really?
yeah, it's really DSL out here. I know. So far, it's been really good, but last summer, no, earlier this summer in June, when I got home, we
Mm-hmm.
didn't have internet for like a month. It was
Oh
just, we
my
don't know what
gosh.
happened. And then this new company came in, started laying fiber optics around the village. But, of course, you got to ask your landlord, and there's all these
Oh,
village
goodness
politics. And
gracious.
so I'm like, you know what? Not even going to bother. We'll just stick with what we have. And a lot of people around here got Starlink because they got so sick and tired of the internet drama. So they just
That's
said,
what I've
screw it,
heard.
and got Starlink. We came this close, but I was like, nah, got Halloween. I want to spend money on Halloween.
I hear you. Save it for when you need it. That sounds great, Tom. I would like to see that. And yes, I do. I do. I have fiber. I do. I have to say, I love it. The only time it gets cranky is, well, if there's a hurricane. I won't say that. Yeah, it will drop. It will drop service, just because if it's a really bad hurricane, and during the summer when it's hot, it's like you've got AC units, going out.
Mm.
Sometimes transformer blowout for power. That'll happen too, because just of how hot it is here for like 6 months, out of the year. So when it's not dealing with that, it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. And I love having fiber. I couldn't wait when I found out I could do this instead of what the heck it is that Comcast had. I had cable. Hated that stuff. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, AT&T fiber for the most part is stable. It's just you can't control the heat. Some days it'll work like a champ, and then boom. Like, guess what? Not working now. All right. Well, folks, let's get started here with the Unmasking the Horror Tour. Now,
Yeah.
I will say
Waiting for
this
this.
is lights on with what I'm showing you. So if you are skittish about whether you want to do a certain horror house or not, at least you'll get an idea of what it looks like with the lights on. So I did this tour, I want to say like a little bit over a week ago. I did the 6 house tour because there's two things. You can do the 3 house tour or you can do the 6 house tour. I decided to go big. I said I wanted the 6 house tour. So that was, I think, about 200, I think, with tax. It can vary depending on the day. I found out I could have gone as early as August 11th, but I forgot about that. I didn't do it, and I signed up a little bit later. So no worries. So you pay for an online, or you can I think pay more if you try to buy the tour on site. But it's over there. You go over where the Blue Man Group used to be. I miss the Blue Man Group. They're actually coming to oh my gosh, Icon Park. So they're going
Mm.
to have a new stadium over in Icon Park
Oh,
for Blue
wow.
Man Group. So it's going to be great when they're back. So you go here to the tour. Now, when you get in, it's really nice because you go in, it's on the same sound stage that they use for The Grinch. Those of you who remember, it's air conditioned. They've got snacks you can buy, which are hideously expensive. So I highly suggest bringing your own snacks and your own lunch, stuff like that. If you're doing six house tour, but you go in here. Here they have like a little pin for you. I threw mine over there. I should have had it with me. So you get like a pin for the year for Behind the Screams tour. You get this really nice lanyard. I didn't expect to get this. So they give you a nice lanyard, nice size, has the date of the tour. So it is dated. And then you also have I want to say not a mic, but a headset receiver, so that your tour guide, you can hear your tour guide through the headset receiver. So you can turn it up, turn it down as necessary. Yeah, I kind of thought it was too for a minute. I'm like, is that a flip phone? But no, it's really cool. So the tour guide doesn't have to talk super loud. You can adjust the um the volume on the microphone there, and you can put it on either, either ear, hangs over. So this is actually a really, really great idea that they did for this. So they have this all set up for you. This is Dave, our tour guide. Dave is freaking awesome. He has a lot of Universal Orlando knowledge. All of the tour guides for either Unmasking the Horror or for the RIP tours, they're all dressed in like hospital scrubs. So not only are they dressed in hospital scrubs, but during Halloween Horror Nights, the custodial staff will have like blood stains on their outfits, on their uniforms. It is so freaking cool. It is so freaking cool. It kind of reminds me of Behind the Scenes tour at Living with the Land. Yeah, I hadn't got a chance to do that. I'd planned to one year. We have to do that. So cool. Yep. So everybody's all in here. Yes, commitment. I love it. Especially at night with the RIP tours, and they're walking around and they've all got the hospital scrubs. So it's so cool. Doctors and hospital scrubs, they have those two going on. I thought that he wears clogs for a second too. That would be more commitment. So yeah, they also have some of the outfits that the scare actors will wear. As well. I forget what this one is from. Hadn't seen that one before, but it looked really cool. For a minute, I thought it was some kind of weird alien. Not alien, but kind of like that. To see some of the costumes that they'll have. When you see the scare actors go in, they will actually be in an all black cover up. So you can't see what outfit and stuff that they have on. So I thought this was cool. Look at the costuming here. I'm always amazed by the costuming and the makeup. That's what grabs me with just how well they do all this. Hey Charles. So this is in the check-in room, so you can get in and get in, sit down, relax, get your stuff together, but also see these costumes, really, really close up. Wow, I love that. I think it's Alpha for the guy that's been Blood Eagles. That was really gross in the scare zone. It was super gross. So, yep. So here's where you are. You get a nice place to relax. They've got TV screens that are running promo clips for Halloween Horror Nights. They even had some kind of thing up there where after midnight, you get a special rate on the Express Pass. And I think it was something that was only offered if you were doing the tour, because there was a certain QR code that popped up on screen. So I don't know if that's offered to the general public. I don't think that it is, but I saw that. I'm like, oh, Express Pass after midnight. Really? I could do that. That would be cool. That'd be extremely, extremely cool. So let's see, which I'm going to go in chronological order of how we went. So we got to see six houses. You do not get a choice of those six houses. A lot of them depend on what's going on that particular day. Something may be happening with one of the houses and you don't get to go in them. Like I thought we were going to go into a quiet place, but they were doing something with that, so we didn't get to go. So the first one that we went to, and I have to say, Dave, our tour guide, is flipping awesome because we went over to the houses on the further side to start with. So the first one we went to was for Goblin's Feast. Yes, it says Goblin's Feast here. I love the decor. You're gonna love how intricate these sets are. They
Mm.
remind you literally of old school Disney Imagineering. So here's a sign out here that says Goblin's Feast. You know, the goblins and everything. It
I
it, it
love that
looks
facade.
it it looks like something out of Brothers Grimm. Okay,
That yes,
doesn't it?
it does. I
You
wish I
know,
could
there's
build something like that. Oh, of course, it would take me, gosh, forever.
between like the stonework and the outside, because they
Mm.
start construction on this stuff, like I want to say about
Like July?
3 or 4 months. Yeah, it's pretty early. Once the tents start popping up and the facades
Mm.
they start working on. But you look at this and it already, when you walk up to it, you're just like, I don't think we're supposed to go in this house. It's just that whole foreboding when you go up to it,
Oh, wow.
because let's see, that's the Bloodlines house that we're going to go to in a little bit. But when you go in to Goblin's Feast, that's the front. The sign behind it says Human Chop House.
Ooh,
Now,
interesting.
you probably will not see this if you're not looking for it. But interesting how they cover it up with, the banner out front, Goblin Feast. Okay, is this some kind of dinner theater or something like that? Because it's what it looks like. Like, okay, let's go on in. Oh yeah, BR guys, trust me, when that is honestly, that's the
Absolutely.
biggest thing that hit me about this tour and looking inside the haunted houses and seeing how much flipping detail is going on. There absolutely has to be. It would make total complete sense, especially with Universal Creative.
Hi,
Hey
Tom.
Tom, thanks for being here. Definitely catch up on the replay, man.
Yeah.
Definitely. So yeah, human chop house. So the idea is that
Oh.
there is a goblin's feast that is going on, and there's even like a goblin wench at the front with like the menu of all the stuff that you can get, and she hangs out right here. So this is one of the scares that you'll see, the person popping up and out there getting the orders and stuff like that. So you'll see them there. And yeah, that's pretty much where they skin you and everything. When you go in, you think that you're just an observer in the feast, but guess what? You
You are the
are the
feed.
feast. And I cannot. There's first of all, there's certain places we were allowed to take pictures, and certain places where we were not. So what I'm showing you are the photos or the areas where we were allowed to take pictures, because one is to preserve, you know, so people aren't seriously spoiled. Number one,
Yeah.
with what's going on. So you get enough so you can see lights on, what to expect, but you get a good idea of what's happening. Human Chop House, a specialist Soylent Green. Soylent Green is people.
Cannibal must be a chef there to serve man.
this this is literally oh my god. Skinwalker Ranch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that's literally what it is. You got the garlic and everything. So this is like their prep area. Um some of them they kind of hang out. So apparently this is where the goblins like to go. This is a goblin graveyard, and kind of like hanging up
Mm.
there with like moss and everything. And the goblins like to go and take a picnic out there. So they like to have a picnic out, to celebrate their dead. So that's the picnic basket there. Yes, there's a scare actor here too, just so you know. But they're the ones that are out there that you can see, and they'll probably not be happy thinking you're trying to eat trying to eat their food. But yes, here's a goblin hand here, which is
Mm.
actually a repurposed hand from King Kong, actually.
What? Wow.
So the hairy hand in King Kong, because they have like an exhaustive database of all the props and everything. So they basically got that prop, brought it, Universal Creative, and totally redid it.
Just
It just, the dirt on the nails, stressing on the nails, and this hand, the scale is just so cool when you walk in and see that, just like the Wrong movie. We ended up getting ugly. It's this is so cool. I mean, you look at it and it doesn't look like it's something that got bought off the shelf. It's something that it looked like they put actual
Mm.
time and effort into making it look the way that it does. See, here's a little bit closer because I had to get a closer picture. So I'm like, man,
Gosh, I think it's
I nerd
huge.
out on stuff like this. Yeah.
Is it covering a speaker? That's really ingenious.
Mm, I think
Looks like
so.
speakers.
Yeah.
That's so
The
cool. I like seeing
speakers.
things like that, how they hide the effects, lights, and sound. That's where my
Hmm.
eyes are always going to. How are you hiding and where are you lighting? Because it adds color, you know. That's what I like to observe.
Yeah, they'll cover it up. It's very ingenious how they do it with the spill, where they hide the speakers, especially when they hide the mirrors too. That's another one, um,
Mm.
another haunt trick that I figured out. But apparently, every year they put some kind of little animal in every. Um, I don't want to say it's like a demented hidden Mickey, and this year it was a snail. So there's a snail in like everywhere in every haunted house, which you probably will not see in the dark, in the dark at all. But it's there. See, look.
Dang, they even put hair on the fingers. Wow. Jeez. And like cracks on the nails. They're
Yeah,
wow.
goblin finger, man. I'm like, wow. Yeah, and then this would trip me up because I'd be too busy staring at it, taking notes, and then scare actors jump out at me, and that's
You
you
ruined
know.
my thinking.
I know. I'm like, I'm trying to get ideas here, and you're trying to friggin' scare me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's part of putting these haunts together. So many things to distract you
Yeah.
that you're not paying attention in a good way. You're not paying attention to the scare that's coming, the scare that's coming up. And this is another part of this is like the main feast area. So you're going into the Goblin Village where everyone knows, hey, soup's on. Come on, everybody, come on out. Coming
Ah,
out, time to eat. Time
humans.
to eat. Yes, we've got humans. We've got human specialties to give you. And yes, that is an actual wheel that will be turning.
Oh, I thought it was just stand-in. Wow. Jeez.
I did too. But they said, yeah, they said, no, this will actually be turning while you're in there. Good goblins feast. So everyone's like, yes, everyone come in for the feast. Notice the facade here. That looks a lot like
Like Snow White's cottage when
Snow
she's
White's
going up
cottage.
the stairs. That's what I thought immediately.
The way that all of this looks like. Yes, magical
Funny.
bouncers, and this torture house is created by other format. Yes,
Yeah.
look at
It-
the
To me, that's a giveaway right there. You can't tell me a former Disney Imagineer didn't come up with that
detail.
one.
No, it almost looks like parts of the facades when you go into Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
and they'll, yeah, I'm just like, Airway up. Yep. See, yeah, this is like part of the little like slaughter place. And yes, when you walk through there, this is lights on. But when the house is dark, there's probably special effects lighting to highlight that. So you see it, there's like, yeah, they're going
Mm.
through here, and you see just like the detail and how they have the bones and everything set up. Again, this is stuff that I can show you, so I'm allowed to.
Interesting. They really went with some light grays, I'm noticing. You would assume that
Mm-hmm.
it was like a charcoal or a black, or a dark gray, but I'm surprised to see really light grays. That's kind of cool. I wonder what
Yeah.
color lights they use to.
Um,
I
I
wonder
know
what
they use a lot of black lighting.
black lighting. Okay.
I know they do. I know they do that because with the black light, depending on the with the UV paint that you use, and I
Oh,
guess the
okay.
intensity of the UV paint, the black light can highlight or enhance certain effects. So yep, there's more up. It's like
Wow.
more up here. But I'm looking through like this is so cool when you look and see how they do it. Of course, there's a fire
Yeah.
exit. I mean, the fire right there, and yes, there are lots of cameras. Our tour guide did not mention it, but me being nosy, I'm like, okay, camera right there, camera right there, camera right there, camera right there. Yes, they can see you. They can't see
That's
you in the
funny.
dark.
Well, can you imagine what some people do in things that don't scare easily when they're just act like fools,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Although
Hey, Bubba,
fun.
sorry,
I would
girl.
love to just be the one to watch people walk through.
Oh yeah, that
Training.
footage must be freaking hilarious. Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But they're in the control room, like, all right, you see that one there on the left? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Get ready, get
Yeah.
ready. Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Got him.
Oh, man. I wanna go work for Universal now. Jeez.
Oh, I would freaking they literally and I'll have to remind me to
Wow.
tell you the blood day story at the end. Look at this
That
forced
is
perspective.
so cool.
This is stuff we used to get at Disney with the forced perspective. It is amazing going to like where this goblin church is, and you're under the bridge, and the statue right here, very very gothic when you go in there, and
Yeah, it does have Pirate Caribbean vibe.
hmm it is fascinating. I'm like, I had to go back and take a picture because I wanted a portrait style picture, just looking at like all the distressed outsides and all of that. It is just fabulous. Of course, here you can see more detail, like your outside cattails, all of that. And yes, there will be a scare actor in there as well. Dave sometimes will show like where there's parts where the scare actors will be. So that's one of them in the dungeon. This is where they keep some of them. Like, okay, let us out, let us out, let us out. So don't be surprised. And then there's another one where they can go and scare you the other way. So they can get you going fast and get you going in the other side. I would love to be a Death Eater or Diagon Alley. I would
Oh, that would
have
be
so much fun.
fun.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
That would be fun.
Oh, I
Man.
love the Death Eater show, man. Oh, that's the Goblin King. So the feast is in honor of the Goblin King. So the Goblin King gets first crack at all the great stuff. So you will um you will actually see Goblin royalty getting their eat on. I could not show you that picture. We couldn't take pictures there, but that's where you go. And
of the day.
Literally, catch,
Is there a
catch.
human back there begging to set me free? Set me free. Help.
They're like, oh, this is a catch. Oh, okay, we're gonna eat that today. All right, we're gonna eat that. Look at this. There's like blood stains on its. Again, attention to detail. You know, catch of the day. I love that. That's so freaking funny. Let's see. Is that where I ended that? Looks like I did. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's where that one where I had to end that one. So that is Goblin's Feast. It's a it's a fun house. If you're into Brothers Grimm horror, you will freaking love that house. It is oh, it is so fun. It was so fun. Trade them Jay for your freedom. Man, he mm, let's just say they let him go, and then the person with the knife came after me at the end of the freaking house for the haunting of Hill House. Oh my gosh, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. Scare actors behind the plexiglass. Yeah, so there's no plexiglass anymore, which I think is awesome that they no longer, because they did during COVID, but without it, it's like, it's more of like your typical haunted house. The one place even Ziegler would be unadvertised. And yes, Dan, you are absolutely right. It's Disney Imagineering at Universal. Totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to our next house, which is going to be Eternal Bloodlines. Let's see. I want to make sure I have the right one. Da-da-da-da. Yep, Eternal Bloodlines. So this is the house that is okay. This was a spiel that I was given. The all female haunted house. Basically, all women worked on this house, from the script, from the lighting, from the detailing, all of that. I will say with this house, they've kind of gone a different way with the horror. Um, I would say if you're super super skittish, this is probably a good one for you to go into. Actually,
Hmm.
oh, so why wasn't it popular? I won't say that it wasn't popular. I would say that it was a different execution, and I can see why. Um, Horror for genre for women, you have to be. Let's put it this way: you got to be like Mary Shelley. This is not a Mary Shelley type of house, which I thought I was gonna get, and I didn't get at all. All female house called Bloodlines, and one caught that. Hey, black superwoman. Hey, Charles, take care, my dear. Take care. So, yeah, this is Bloodlines. So, the storyline to this house is that you have Saskia Van Helsing. So, we're basically following her, where she is mourning the death of her brother. So we're at the Van Helsing mausoleum. So she's mourning the death of her brother and is seeking revenge, since I believe one of Dracula's daughters supposedly yeeted him. This one, the storyline, honestly, I kind of started zoning out at the storyline, because for me, I'm just like, okay, we walk into the house. This is a haunted house. I want to see some dead stuff. I want to see something, that really grabs me. This isn't what I expected to see, but yeah, she's a redhead. But I like, the movie Van Helsing. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I liked Van Helsing. Besides
They
the fact
brought the
that
redhead. Sorry.
Hugh Jackman was in it. Hugh Jackman was in it. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to oh my gosh. Anthony Hopkins was in it. It was great. Great film. But yeah, she's mourning the death of her brother. Of course, here is the Van Helsing crypt. Looks freaking fabulous. I will say, from an aesthetic, from that gothic, I will say from
I
that
love
gothic
that.
romantic point of view, it's gorgeous. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. So you have the Van Helsing, and then of course here, keep an eye on the ravens. So when you walk in, there's like this snowy effect. Like it's let's put it this way. It's not Disney and it's all white and it looks perfect. No, no, no. There's dirt. Some of it is dark. Some of it's, it looks like winter in Philly for the most part when you go in. So I thought that was a really cool effect how they did that. And even the temperature drops. And it's not just the air conditioning. The temperature will drop some
Wow.
when you go in to make it feel like
Like it's
like winter.
cold. Huh.
Redhead, I feel seen. LOL. I did like yeah, I did like the fact that they did this, and it looks really good. She's got snow in her hair. These are the little details. She's got fresh fallen snow in her hair. I know people don't like me talking about fur, but I do like that fur color. That's pretty cool. It's been a while since I've seen that movie. Time to rewatch it. Yeah, Van Helsing. That was a good time. That was a good time. Kate Beckinsale was the female lead. Yes, and the transformation of Saskia Van Helsing's brother into a vampire. Oh my gosh. It's up there with the transformation of an American werewolf in London. It's so freaking cool how they did that. Wow, definitely feels very dark fairy tale original Grimm's. Yes, yes. A red hen hunter, fiery temper with a crossbow. Yes, so she does have her crossbow. Gotta love the
Wow.
statues in here as well. Beautiful with the snow that's on it. Go through there into the crypt. Of course, it's Van Helsing crypt. Screen back here behind, candles, stuff like that.
Yeah, oh man, you perfectly. It's like at the screen. What kind of they use? What color is it? Because it actually matters when you're doing projections.
Yes. So they have the projection here, and there's like, I think it's a running projection that'll let you know. It's like, oh, what the story is. She's, avenging her brother and all of that. Typical revenge story. How they put it. So you gotta have, the cobwebs and ooh. That's okay. So apparently this is where all the weapons are. So she goes and gets the rest of the weapons going on. And I didn't realize that was so. And
Egyptian
you run
there.
into, yeah, Egyptian. Eventually you run into Moon. You all
Ah.
remember who Moon is, right? So
Mm.
you'll see her, Imhotep's girlfriend, Imhotep's Bay. So you'll see, like, of course, here looks like Anubis. There's places also for
Mhm.
other scare actors to, get in there and scare you as well. Extremely great
Wow.
detail. You'll see a Moon here, and it's actually like this fiery background that she steps out of, from what I understand. So you'll be able to see that there. Again, the cobwebs on the statues and all that.
I wish I were better at hanging cobwebs. I'm not really good at
I'm
it.
not
It
either.
just
I suck at it. It looks
it's like
like
a
silly
clump.
string by the time I get
Yeah,
done.
it's like a clumpy mess. I don't know how to stretch it out properly so it looks like, real webbing.
Phrase your mommy.
But
Oh,
I'm not
you'd
going in there.
you'd you'd like it. This is, like I said, this is a different type of a haunted house, and it does have the gothic dark fairy tale vibe. Saskia Van Helsing, of course, she's mourning the death of her brother. You know, she blames Inoxuna Moon, and of course the devil's daughter when we get to it. Yes, there is an Abigail reference if you have ever seen Abigail, which you should. It's a classic slash. There's a lot of blood in it, but it's just a good fun slasher film. So of course, here we go. Like mummification ritual there. The detail in this is amazing. Look at this sarcophagus. This looks like something that I've seen in the King Tut exhibit. If you ever seen that, I saw it at the Franklin Institute, and just all the work that's done, the mummified
I like
corpse.
watching those documentaries.
Yeah, they're so cool. I could watch those like all day. What they go through and show like what they do. And
yeah, it's fascinating.
yes, I would like this outside my house. This thing people jump out of, you know. You know, check it out. It's like you could jump out.
I was gonna say, does it open? Does somebody pop out of it?
They didn't say, but yeah,
Kinda.
I don't think anybody pops out of that one. It would be cool though, not
Well,
gonna
they
lie. They probably said, nope, we don't have the money for that. Oh, and here's the gypsy portion. So of course you see here Saskia Van Helsing, and we're like, what's going up? I think it's some female werewolf or something like that that's out and running around. And of course, I love this. How all this is set up. If you've ever been in not the tribute store, but they had like this Universal Monsters tribute store for a little bit, and they have like the gypsy carts.
Oh,
So apparently there's some slaying going on in the gypsy camp. Look at this. It's like the pages of the book. Distressed. Yeah, yeah.
oh,
Fortunately, Frankenstein got murked.
I was gonna say what?
Yeah, Frankenstein got murked
Oh,
from the wolf chick. And guess who isn't happy to hear about this noise, about this happening? Of course, the Bride of Frankenstein. So you get to see the Bride of Frankenstein join with Saskia Van Helsing in order to go catch the wolf chick. So I love the Bride of Frankenstein. So I'm like, I would love to see how she looks like with her makeup, see if they actually did her correctly. But yes, so she is one of the quote unquote good girls that you will see helping out Saskia Van Helsing.
I wanted
So
to be a woman.
yeah,
I've met real gypsies. They are interesting.
they're an interesting bunch.
They're in they run in their own like groups. We went to W is like a V sound, so it's Worms cathedral out here, and there was a gypsy on the steps, and she was dressed in like oh my gosh, that movie back from Notre Dame, the way they were dressed. She was dressed like that. And I thought it was just stereotype until I was like, oh my gosh. And she was begging for money. Yeah, she was asking for euro, right? And it was just so weird because it's like, wow, Disney, it isn't just something that they imagine. Like they actually captured it really well. I was like, wow, okay, that was my first encounter. And then since then, I've seen more of the modern day ones, which are basically con artists. Really got to be careful with gypsies.
Yes, they have them like over here too. I remember when I was in Frankfurt. I forget where it was. I was going to one store, and I saw this lady outside begging. And I'm just kind of like, "You're a gypsy, aren't you?" I could not tell you why I automatically thought that because I hadn't seen that at all. And Frankfurt, there's a lot of money in Frankfurt.
Yeah.
So I hadn't seen that at all until I went to that one particular area, and I'm just like, because of the way that she was dressed,
Yeah.
and I'd seen some of them in the U.S. that were kind of like the same, kind of like the same,
Graded from Europe
way.
to US, which is really strange. My sister and I went to cheese factory, and there was this lady, and she was dressed in like more European gypsy attire, and really
Hmm.
kind of caught me off guard because I was over in America, and we're walking out, and she approached us, and she was like this, and talking. I don't know what she was speaking. It almost sounded Russian. I'm not. And my
Hmm.
sister just froze. She was just like she went like this, and she didn't know what to do, and I looked and I just said no, thank you. I walked away, and I grabbed my sister's arm, and I
Hmm.
said, I was like, that was a gypsy. She's like, what?
Yeah.
And yeah, it kind of caught me off guard too because we were, this was in the States, and I looked at her and I'm like, are they migrating from into here? Is of all random places, Brandon at Brandon Mall. It was
It's
really very random to see them,
and
and it
it's
was a group of
different.
them.
Yeah, because you could tell the ones that have been here, for centuries, they've integrated more into American
Yeah,
culture. It's like
mm,
you wouldn't be able to tell the difference at all.
yeah.
And then the ones that come over from the
She
old
couldn't even
country.
speak English, and
Mhm.
that really just kind of took me back. And I'm like, okay, well, somehow, some way, they're getting in, And I told Anna, or sorry, my sister, I was like, look, just when that happens, just say a firm no and just walk away, like.
Mhm.
But she, in a way, she didn't know what to do, and I was like, just firm no, just walk away. Otherwise, they will con you for. Oof. We've had all different. We got taken 1,000 euros once, and that's for another
Oh
day.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Let's just say they're in New Orleans too. This one, I'll tell
Uh,
you, they're in New Orleans too.
thought about that.
Um,
Well, please, gotta make sense.
yeah, mhm, completely. They're totally makes sense. I did see this VR, guys. It is gorgeous, the amount of work that they did with the
Oh,
Gypsy Wolf details. Yeah,
whoa.
this is Dracula's daughter. So apparently Saskia Van Helsing
No.
caught up to her, and nah,
That's a
it's
heck of a story they put together. It Jeez. I give 'em
yeah,
props
girls.
for that. It
It's how would I put this? Girls gone wild.
Yeah.
That is honestly, if I could put it in a nutshell, that's literally what it is.
Rules
Girls
going
gone
wild.
wild. You killed my brother. You killed
Jeez.
my half dead corpse boyfriend made up from body parts. Uh,
You
it's
killed my sister? She
yeah,
Wow.
all of all of that. So it's hey, Real Way Nation. Yeah, it's this is like crazy how this is done. I mean, she's got darn candelabra. You could tell she did not see this coming, literally whatsoever. Just like the way that they have the makeup, the way that they have, the blood that's going on, even just the setting, because just feels like you're in the castle.
It looks
So
like a real body. Looks very real. Caught
yes,
me off guard a little bit. And I usually get, you know, uh, caught off guard like that.
it is. It's very real, and of course, when they put the lighting and everything there, it just it's. I know, right? Like that poor
Nice.
dress.
So
I'm
much for
like,
that
look
dress.
at it. I know. Now you
It
got
looked like a pretty dress
blood
too.
all over it. I mean, really.
Disney take notes. This would fit well for Haunted Mansion instead of a hanging corpse. Choke.
I could see people screaming and running if they saw that. I mean, maybe I'm the weird one, but I always keep looking for the hanging corpse, and I think they made the lighting more prominent for the Halloween party because I'm like, oh, there
Mm.
it is. I was looking for that. I kind of love the Girls Gone Wild Classic Universal Monsters Edition.
Edition.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that is totally what this is. Because I know I've heard some people say, "Well, oh, it's the feminist house." I'm like, no, it's a different type of storyline. There's a bit of romanticism in it because they do have that. I mean, say what you want about Bride of Frankenstein. They
Dude,
kind
that
of
was such a psycho wedding.
it was. It was somebody. They said I found it. You could see they probably in Call University. Yeah, I found it. I found it. I found the dress. Found the dress. I'm gonna see if I can get two of them. This is actually a true thing. When I lived in LA, and I knew someone who worked in the costume department at Paramount, they will scour thrift stores for all kinds of stuff, especially for like outfits and things from
Mhm.
different eras. They will scour garage sales. They will scour thrift stores. Um, they
Erica, you
totally
like the
will. Corpse Bride, literally. I love that
right?
movie. Dang on
Oh man.
it. Jerry
Jerry
Springer
Springer
fights a monster.
monsters.
You get it back. Oh my gosh, this is
Oh wow.
detail on this is
Oh, it
insane.
looks like wow, that I gotta say it. That looks like a real it looks like a real head. Jeez.
It does.
God. Wow.
So yeah, so here, this is right here, these ballet shoes,
Oh, no, I couldn't tell.
that's a tribute back to the Abigail film because Abigail
Oh.
is a ballerina. Dracula's daughter, ballerina, yes. Hmm. So that's where they put that little Easter egg that's in there. You won't really see it if you're not really looking for it. Then there's another one in the crypt there, or in the wine cellar. And of course, they can come out behind you. This is one
Oh.
where they can,
Oh, that's
scare
so
actor can
cool.
be right there. And you
Oh,
think it's a statue,
gave me
you
an
think it's
idea.
like a dead corpse, you think it's a puppet, it's not. Yeah. And they jump out at
Oh,
you
it just
like,
gave me a really if I wanted to go in that direction, that is a really, really cool idea.
yeah, they put you in there. So all of these other like Dracula's daughters, so they got to go in and kill. So of course, go through some more, and apparently there's this big battle scene that happens. Hello, smile, you're on camera.
My candid camera.
This one, when you walk in, really cool fact: when you walk in, the candles are lit, but as soon as you walk a little bit past it, all the candles go out.
Oh, so they're like motion censored.
Yes,
Oh, it's so
candles
fun.
candles will go out. I'm
How do
like,
they do
wow.
that?
I know.
What's your secret? I wanna know.
I'm like, dang, I freaking love this. I love this because according to, I guess, with Gothic lore, when the candles are blown out, somebody's about to get yeeted.
Oh, okay. You
That's
are
how
the
they
fa
do that.
Dracula, you are
All them
the
freaking chicks you got, like, yeah, yeah, and well, unfortunately, Saskia did not make it. So again, the candles all got blown out. So you knew someone's gonna die. Unfortunately, it's Saskia Van Helsing. So she's out of it, and you got the Bride of Frankenstein with her. Yeah,
down for this one. Hang on a second.
this was pretty darn gross. And I bet the lighting makes it look even grosser when they turn the lights off.
Yeah,
You
I
can
can definitely envision it at night with the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You can say that's
I'm all,
her.
like, studying it.
I, there is a lot in here, and again, if you love haunted houses, and I don't necessarily like going through them because
I
my
like how they're put
personality.
together. That's what's fascinating is how they put it together.
They do. And it
Mhm.
all starts with a story. Like every house, before they construct anything, they have a written treatment for what the house is supposed to be, what the storyline is supposed to be, going room by room by room. What elements do they want to put in to the house to enhance, the story? So they do a lot of writing to make sure that the and not every story concept, not every treatment that's pitched gets selected to be a house. That's the other thing. So it's literally, think of like every year, it's kind of like Fight Club. Every year you got to put like your haunted house treatment, and people go through there and they're like, yeah, we're going to do that. No, we did that, something like that last year. Okay, it's good, but we're not going to do it now. We're going to put it on the pile for next year because it's probably something that's like, look, we need more time. We need more time for that. And the ones are like, yeah, remember that one last year we liked, but we didn't do. Yeah, let's go and do that. So here you've got Saskia Van Helsing, of course, in the cart, and the Bride of Frankenstein's going to bury her in the Van Helsing crypt. Now, watch this. Remember when we first went through? It was all snow. Now there's blood. Of course, there's from Saskia. So I like how they do this continuity. It is so cool. I was like, didn't we come back through here? Oh, wait, there's blood. And the crows are down. Supposedly the crows on a grave protect the grave, but crows are dead. They're gone. Oh, that last one's got the screw in it. But yeah, that's the cart that the Bride of Frankenstein used to carry
I want a
Saskia Van Helsing.
I want a hearse. Okay, not a real one, but I like the one they have in front of the haunted mansion. I want to build one. Just
Ooh,
don't know where to start. It'd be just be
horse
cool to have something like that in the front.
with the ghost horse. The horse isn't there, but you just have the.
The ghost horse. I love it. Every time I see the wheel, I think of that, and I'm like, I really want.
But
I really
this is
want
just.
that.
It's like, look at this. It's like it's got the crow there, and there, the blood. Obviously, you see, because Saskia was headless right there, and of course, this is her crypt now for her. And look, there's like blood candles, and it's so freaking cool. Yeah. So they buried her
Oh my
without her head,
gosh!
with her crossbow and
Look at that
everything.
hand. Did you get a close up hand? It
I
looks
don't think I don't think
real.
I did. I think I was running so fast that I didn't get a
That is
chance to
great.
that I didn't
I mean
chance to
that
do that.
I'm over here like that looks so.
That's a manicure. Let's see. And
That
oh, wait. Enhance. Let's see. Okay, maybe I couldn't get up that way.
oh
Let's
my
see.
god.
Look at that. Yeah,
Gee, I want to touch it. Does it feel like real skin?
it looks so.
God.
It looks so real. So basically, Bride of Frankenstein avenges Saskia Van Helsing's death, and buries her in the Van Helsing crypt. So that's the end of that particular haunted house with respect to Bloodlines. Again, it's not a feminist house. It is a gothic romance based house. It's different. It's from a different perspective, and dare to say stereotypically, yeah, if there's a love story in it, that pretty much will hook you to go in this
Yeah.
house.
I mean, it sounds like to me they just did it for fun, not just as they wanted to send a message or anything. It just seemed like a fun idea. Let's get a bunch of women together, see what women
Mhm.
come up with, and just be different. I mean, that would have been fun to be on a project like that, you know? And where there's women, yeah, there's usually going to be romance. I mean, like,
Mhm.
come on. By nature, that's just kind of what
Yeah,
we like, you know?
I think we'll title this one "The Universal Monsters Girls Gone Wild." Pretty much what it is in a nutshell. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's see here. Meg B says, I appreciate that they are all avenging their men
Man.
versus being
That just
wokey.
That's a really good point. I didn't even honestly, it didn't even cross my mind, but yeah, that's a really good point.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
Disney wouldn't have storylined it like that.
No. Nah. They wouldn't have at all.
Like, oh no, they deserve to die because they're men. That would
Mhm.
have been their
Yeah.
angle.
Your brother was trying to freaking oppress you. You don't want to do that,
Yeah.
Frankenstein. You didn't want to marry him in the first place. That's a good point, BR guys. You had to take their head off to ensure they don't rise again.
Wow.
They found graves of suspected vampires in Poland. I think there were blades positioned over the neck, so if they rose, guess what? Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, vampires. Yeah, yeah. Because what was it in I love Bram Stoker's Dracula. I think it was Anthony. I think it was with Anthony Hopkins, where he basically said, "Yeah, we need to find her. She's a vampire now. So basically, all we need to do is just cut off her head and take out her heart, and bury her." But he
Mhm.
was matter of fact, just saying it. It's like, yeah, yeah. With vampires, you pretty much, yeah, you can't have their heads on. I think they did a great job for us women to have a haunted house that gets us in the feels. Yeah,
Yeah, especially if it's your thing.
you're mourning, the death of your brother, and you're to avenge him. Your Bride of Frankenstein. You go to, your favorite gypsy's house, and you see, your bae sitting on the steps of a gypsy cart with his guts on it.
Man.
Yeah, this was fun. This was an absolute blast to go through. So let's see. We'll go from there to what was the other one that we went in? Okay, let's see. Major suites. So we'll go here into major suites. So folks
Oh,
remember they
okay.
had this scare zone. I want to say maybe was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. It was before the vampire before the oh gosh, before the vampire hippie festival. But they had, the kids with the candy, and then they were turning into zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember seeing on that, and then this year I remember someone did they were allowed to film. I guess it was like a media event or something. I remember
Hmm.
this house. Yeah, it was interesting. Quite, it's an
Very.
interesting theme.
Is this any? It could be Slytherin Hobbit. It would not surprise me.
I
It
was
would
wondering about
not
that too.
surprise me if they did it. I think it would fit perfectly. All I ask is I want to be able to buy the Bride of Frankenstein wig. Okay, that's what I want. I want a Bride of Frankenstein wig, and I really hope Universal Merchandising is going to do that because I so totally want it. So this is Major Sweets Factory, of course, that you go into Candy Factory. Welcome Progress County Schools, factory tours daily. I don't know if you put a quarter in these machines, if it'll put out candy. I should have tried that, but I was too busy. I was too busy looking at the rat that's down there. I'm going to show you in a
I
little bit.
wonder the same thing.
I don't,
That's like I would love to go back and forth with the same question. What are they going to do with episodes during Halloween? Especially a whole land dedicated to like monsters. I'm like, they got something cooked up. It's just what is it?
that is true. Yeah. Yeah. We will definitely see what happens with that because that
I need
opens
an
up a whole
insider. I need a friend
new
who's an
story.
insider. Promise I won't tell. I just
Just let us know, let us know. Like I said, I wonder if you put a quarter in there to put the candy out. I didn't think about that because I'm looking at all the stuff that's here, and then I look down. There are a
oh,
lot of rats. There are a lot of
you know,
rats.
someone who's killed a lot of rats. from Georgia to Turkey.
And look at this. It's got like a candy,
Okay. I will say
candy down here.
they do like peanut butter and chocolate. I will say that.
They do. They do. Especially peanut butter because they can't get the peanut butter out. So yeah.
Yep.
I,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I found that out to kill mice before I got cats.
That's what
And
Rafa. They use peanut butter. So my mom always used. I'm like, butter? Really? They eat that?
now
Tried it.
cheese they
Cheese.
can pull that off real quick and get out, but peanut butter
It's
they get
sticky.
stuck. And yeah, because they're trying to get the peanut butter, and it's like, I don't think so. That's a rat. That's the size of a cat. LOL. Yeah, I saw
Oh, they
this.
get big.
It's the first thing I saw. I'm like, dang, that rat looks real. But there's a lot of rats
Dude,
in the candy factory. So that is one of the
so
in
cool.
jokes with this.
It
All
doesn't have the little
can't.
slider thing where it slides out like this. That'd be cool
I
if it
think
did.
I think so. I think that one does.
Kudos to the person who thought of that.
I think that one does with the rat that pops out. Because our tour guide, he's talking. I'm like, I just see this big ass rat on the floor. So we go through the tour, and this is like the main office. Dispose of health inspector, body in filing cabinet, return the mayor's phone call, set more rat traps, clean up before the little brats arrive. So you're probably not going to be able to read this whole thing before you maybe get a jump scare or so. But I took a picture of this because, again, talk about attention to detail. What did somebody say looks nicer than the Wonka experience? You know what? They may have been trolling that. Actually, now that I think about it. So
That's
this is a storyline. You're
green.
going through here. Here's a pie.
Pie.
There is also a did I put that in there? There's a bowl of can. Oh, well, yeah, there's a hand and a baseball bat. It's
And some
worn, and
hair.
somebody's hair in there, and it says recipes.
That's
I did not catch this when I went through
funny.
there. I was just snapping pictures, but yeah, recipes, syrup of I don't know, but that looks like poison. Syrup of squirrel. Yes, it's drug company. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely suspect. Sus. Here's Major Sweets. He looks freaky. I wouldn't be surprised if these eyes look like they're following you.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I would do that. In the haunted mansion, do you know why the eyes are following you in the portraits?
I've heard it. I just keep forgetting.
Because they put it's like they where the eyes are, it's like it's like it's recessed back a little bit. So the eyes look like they're following you.
I think there's some YouTube tutorials, like DIYs, if you wanted to create something like that. I'm fascinated with the heads that just turn as
Hmm.
the busts. I ordered a
Yeah,
small set from Etsy, and they actually follow you if you put a little bit of thing in front of it.
it is one of the coolest things. I'm like, that fact is so cool. That fact is so cool.
It
Let
is
me see
fun,
it.
a lot of fun.
And this is the parade. Now, this was from the scare zone that they did 2 years ago. Like there was this
What?
parade they go through. See, coffee shop, that's where the Starbucks is, pretzel stand, Third Avenue, the bar, that's Finnegan's bar, that's there, tribute theater, this is Central Park. So this is the parade route. So this was from
Mm.
the scare zone that they had. So you go through there. Here where it says take one, please do take one.
Really?
This house has a couple of guest activated triggers as well.
Oh, I
Take
heard about
one.
that.
You try to take a candy, and I think the fan activates or something like that.
Huh.
But yeah, that's definitely that's a trigger. You'll see like red buttons Yes, you push the red button, something happens. I'm not going to tell you exactly what happens, but yeah, so many. It's like, say, don't touch that. People are going to touch it. You know that's poison up there. That's not good. That's not good. So they have to poison all the candy. Again, that's a take one.
I
Take
wonder what
candy.
triggers it. It must
You
be a sense.
it's yes, there's a pressure sensor
Okay.
that's in there. So once you try to take one, because it's pressure sensitive, once it notices that there's pressure on it, it'll activate that fan.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gosh,
it's
it's so
hard for me to
fascinating.
say
I
for
want to see them build this stuff.
old lady candy bowl.
People. Mhm. I am that old lady. I've always got candy laying around my house all year round
Like,
throughout
come
the
on and get some
seasons.
candy. Ooh, I took a picture of this. I forgot what it was, but
Adorable.
it's incriminating evidence. Yep, kid ate the candy and like uh vomited some stuff up.
And then died.
I can tell you the recipe for the vomit, but but it does include like oatmeal. I do know that.
That's gross. Okay.
Yeah. So it says looks really gross. The kids like threw up. Okay, so these are two-way mirrors. All right. These are two-way mirrors. So scare actors can see you and decide whether or not they want to pop out and freak you out. So that's something to keep in mind. Two-way mirrors, you go around this way, of course, that red button. Who wants to press the red
Oh.
button?
Huh. I just it would alert the scare actors. All right, jump.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it
I
does
think
something else. But that's what I think of when I see
it
that.
it does something else. The tour guide didn't tell us exactly
Yeah.
what it was. Probably, of course, to hide. Hey, you got to go to the house to
Figured out,
figure out
yeah.
what happens. But he did tell us about the buttons. Some people had gone through the house and they were like, "Well, if you want me to tell you, but we're just like, no, 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 don't tell
Yeah.
us, don't tell us, don't tell us." Shoot, this dude probably has her on speed dial. Yep, the secret formula.
Golly.
Yeah,
Jeez.
this was pretty gross. It's like secret formula. This is like put into the icy cones, the gooey chews, the jumbo. And of course, they've got candy guts, everything, guts turned to custard. They eating the candy and all that. But what are they doing with the students here? Of course, they are turning them into the candy, which is what they're doing. And it's like, somebody got to get, well, the chaperones don't get away either. Okay. Because after they get the kids, then they got to get the chaperones. And you notice there's a cleaver that's missing. So this
Missing.
room right here, you've got like some lighting that's going on and also places for scare actors to hide and scare you. You can have your weapon of choice, baseball bat. Well, the cleaver's gone. Axes that are there as you can see. And yeah, I think this one there. I think this is the principal. So
Oh
much
gosh.
the principal. Why you don't volunteer for field trips? Yep, yep. So they have to get all the adults, and this is crazy. Just how
Jeez.
realistic this is with like the latex and skull they have together and how it looks like it's all wet and everything and it's just amazing. Of course, yeah, they
Oh
hide.
jeez.
This part
Wow.
is completely dark during, of course, in the haunted house. So when we walked through, it was totally dark. I had to take this picture with a flash
Oh,
to
okay.
get
So there was
this.
an area where it was dark that you got to go
Yes.
through.
So you get to go through, it's like it's dark, you hear like the industrial fans and everything that's going on. So when certain lights go off, you'll see certain things that are in there. Like there's a rat that's in here too. Yeah, see, rat.
Oh, he's so cute. And a little
Hmm.
mouse. It's a
Yeah,
Remy.
yeah.
Poor little Remy
He's
died.
cuter than that, like really that butt ugly one we saw at the beginning. Really, really freaking gross. But yeah, you had to put the flash on to find it. And then of course, you got the workers there trying to put everything in the containers and this guy they put like a, lollipop thing in dude's head. And of course they put there in the
Welcome to
syrup
the
for
Lollipop
major
Guild.
sweets. Yep.
The Lollipop Guild. Lollipop Guild.
It's so funny.
Fluffy.
Yep. So here, this is the one where guess what? Nobody gets out alive, and they put you all
Oh,
into
wow.
the
It's
candy.
not
Yeah, this
graphic.
one,
Is. Wow.
yeah,
That's like a
this was
human pinata. They just everything you ate.
right there. There's extra body parts and everything. It's like it's so gross and yet so fascinating. Like, how did they do this? How did they do this all? It does not look like it was something, like slapped together. It's like something that they took a lot of painstaking time to put together. It's like, yeah, lady, you're not leaving here. You are not leaving here. The cousin Willy Wonka doesn't talk
Talk
about.
about. There's always a black sheep in the family.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're like, yeah, he's the psychotic Wonka brother. We don't talk about him. We don't talk about him. So there's more extra stuff, body parts and everything that they put through there. And yeah, that was actually pretty gross. But so cool because no one gets out. That's a house where no one gets out. Again, I took pictures only where I was allowed to. So I'm allowed to share these. So this way you get a good idea of the house before you go in. This one was kitschy fun going through there. Um, there's lots of places again for scare actors to hide. There's something called a mirror effect where you think that you have more space to walk through the room than you actually do, which is why a scare actor can jump out and scare you half to death. You think you have maybe 5 feet to go, but you really don't. It's more like 1 foot. And that's how a
I
scare
want to know
actor will come and get you.
what. I don't know how
It
that's
is
built.
it is freaking ingenious. You know how when you put a mirror up, it makes a room look bigger than it actually is?
Mm-hmm.
But in a haunted house, it looks like you have more to go, like more to walk than you actually do. So the scare actor is actually closer than you think they are.
That's crazy.
It is so simple, but I'm like, dang, really? It's awesome.
Yeah,
And they use that a lot in the Insidious house.
it was pretty scary.
They use that a lot in the Insidious house. So before we go to the next one, I know it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm sorry, a lot of stuff that's in here. But there is what was it? The murder triplets. That's pretty much what they are. There's a haunted house. I've heard this is really good. That there is this group of triplets who I think like committed a murder like 30 years ago. And every year on the anniversary of that murder, they come back to their house to recreate it. And this is the outside of the house. So I was allowed to take a picture of the outside of this. I have 33 for a Halloween Horror Nights 33, of course, 2024. So you'll see that a lot on the houses. But yeah, this is the front of that house. I've heard that this was crazy. Triplets there. I heard it was nuts. Scary dude is closer than
Excuse me.
years.
Tears.
Yes. Yes, that
Wish I had that
freaked
print
me out when I
print on
walked
the
by.
mirror.
Hmm. Yep, they upped it to triplets. And everything that I hear
Oh.
about this house with the triplets is freaking awesome. I'm trying to remember where the heck which one was it? It was Slaughter Cinema. Triplets of Terror. You're
Oh.
invited to the Barmy triplets birthday celebration, but their kind of party involves recreating the murders of their entire family.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, yeah. And I heard that trying to listen, I've heard that house is just insanely crazy. Insanely crazy. Isn't that based on a true story? Need to know more. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna have to research that because that does sound like something. Yes, I watch a lot of true crime, so that's why I'm like, something tells me. I think that's somewhere. But yeah,
Oh.
just look at. It looks like the house that Tom forgot. And yes, there's scare actors that can hide here because this looks like this is actually like blocked out so you can't see a scare actor
Mm.
hiding up in there. Yeah. So before you even get on the porch, you get scared. All right. So let's see. Let's go over to let's see. We'll go in the Insidious house. This one's actually going to be really quick. The reason is because I could only photograph certain things in the Insidious house. Oh, hold on a second. Why does everybody likes to freaking contact me when I'm trying to stream? I'm like, no, I can't do it. So anyway, this is the Insidious, the Red Door house. It is quite literally the scariest house um, out of all of the haunted houses. Now, this is a Bloomhouse property. If you've ever seen the Insidious movies,
Mm-mm.
Erica, have you seen them?
Mm-mm. No. Heard of
Okay.
them. No, won't do it.
Yeah, they're very. It's. I love psychological horror, like
Oh.
slashers. I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep watching this thing, but this one, no, 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 no. So there is this concept called the further, and in the first movie, I'm forgetting the kid's name. He like fell off of a ladder and he was in a coma. And apparently, while he was in this coma, he was in this other plane, which they call the further. He recovered, but he would keep leaving his body at night and projecting his body into this area called the further. But here's the thing, the further are attracted to people who you shouldn't be in that plane because you're alive. They want what you have. So a lot of times when you come back, you bring some people back that you shouldn't be bringing, should not be bringing
Mm-mm.
back. And I always get Insidious confused with Sinister. Sinister, yeah, Sinister is with the boogeyman suggesting, well, Sinister is the boogeyman making kids do not so nice things to their
Mm-mm.
family, basically eating their family. That's what makes it so sinister. That's what it's called. With Insidious, you have these evil spirits that are coming back, that want to get back into the land of the living. And over in the further, you see people who they're not trying to go back, but it's that they're tortured souls that are there. The first one, man, the first one scared the heck out of me. But I remember this picture. It's like the little kid, he drew the picture. He's like, last night I watched myself sleep and then
Oh,
I
that's
flew
weird.
away.
That's creepy.
And then the second one, there's Insidious 2, and then there's Insidious, the Red Door. Don't watch Insidious the Last Key. That was freaking messed up. But they put it near. Messed up in like, it's like, oh, why does this film exist? But anyway, that's the red door. The red door is huge when you go through it. So the scale is just uh is just amazing when you go through there. Of course, this is the house. This is actually a two-way mirror from what I understand.
Mm.
People can see you. This is with the lights on, but in the dark. Basically, you just see this hand sticking out, and this is the lantern that people use in the further, that like Elise and others use to go
Mm.
into the further. So they have this lamp. So it's like a bluish lamp. So you'll see it. Um, it's crazy because it's just one hand that's sticking out and holding it. So when the lights are off, this is gonna look in freaking it's gonna look insane when you see that. This one, this is from the last key because Elise saw her mother basically get yeeted by this evil spirit that she awakened called the Keymaster. And you see that, not all of it, that's just all that you see when you go through that part that reenacts that scene of what happened. Yep, it's the old lady's hand. That's Elise's hand. And this is Elise's dad, who was really effed up. But it turns out that he was possessed by the spirit of the Keymaster. So you'll see this.
Hmm.
He's in the further, he's watching TV in the further. Again, this is with the lights on. So with the lights off, you're going to see like the creepy light that comes from the television set. This dude didn't make it. It didn't really make it at all, but it's crazy how you're walking through there and you see this like body on top. It's just, when you're walking through, it's like, wow, this is really cool. But he's one of those souls that's in the further. Um, this one, I believe this is part of Insidious, the Red Door, where the son turns out he can actually astro project, but he's an art student, so he's always doing this artwork where he sees like the red, Darth Maul, as I like to call him, but it's like the red-faced horn demon. He keeps seeing it. I mean, he does, all this artwork. And this is reminiscent of his father, who fell off in the first movie, fell off the ladder and he astrally projected. So he was doing all these drawings, but couldn't figure out why or where they came from. So this is a really cool scene that's put together. And that's basically all that I could show you. They were very, very
Mm.
tight-lipped about this house, which they needed to be with what you could see. But I will say this much: the further is that's the
Mm.
scariest part of seeing how they recreate the further with the lights on. With the lights on, it feels scary with the lights on. I can't even imagine what it's going to look like with the lights off and all the fog, except it's going to look pretty freaking cool. There's a
It's
reason why people say this is the scariest house.
is this like your, like the main event house of Halloween Horror Nights? Like the most
Um,
popular one?
yes,
Okay, that's
yes. Because let's see, it's a Bloomhouse. It's a Bloomhouse film. This year, Bloomhouse has a lot of exposure this year. The genuine Bloomhouse, I think, house that I went in, and I think that was the Haunting of Hill House.
mm,
That was the scariest haunted house that I'd ever been in, and a lot of it was like psychological. Was with
okay.
the Haunting of Hill House. That was like your
Mm.
classic ghost story,
Mhm.
and it was just insane with how they did it, with how they designed it. There's certain areas that are wide open. There's certain areas that are claustrophobic on purpose.
Oh
There's
gosh.
scenes that look like they're closer than they actually are. It's insane how they do it. I'm fascinated with how they put these houses together. But yes, Insidious. This one is the scariest one. I'd probably say the second the second one, from what I've been hearing, is Slaughter Cinema. That's based on like an old school drive-in theater gone wrong. I've
Oh
heard great
gosh.
things about that one, and Triplets of Terror. But for the IP houses, this one, like I said, it is so freaking, it's scary with the darn lights on. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like with the lights off, but not just with being in the further, and just how the houses are constructed. Like there's wide
Mm.
areas. There are areas that are small that you're forced to like be in. There's like places that you go in where there's scare actors that can come at you going, coming, and going, and from different angles where they can roll up
Oh.
on you. It's
Mm.
whoever came up with that one. That
Yeah.
one, I think that took a lot. That took a lot of time to do. Then again, it's Bloomhouse. They are trying to scare the crap out of you
That
when
don't
they
take
do
much
that.
for me. Golly, I'd probably have a heart attack.
Oh, yeah, that one, if you really do not like haunted
Mm-mm.
houses, I would not suggest that you go into that one. For real. That's the one where if I went in there, I don't even know if I would want to want to
Yeah,
go in that house,
that thing, oh,
because if
yeah,
you have watched the Insidious films, they're dead on. They're totally dead on.
Poltergeist scared the crap out of me. The Exorcist scared the crap out of me. Done with scary movies. Uh-uh.
Yeah, for me, it's funny. For me, Insidious just,
All I
again, I
want is my
watched
dream.
I watched the movies, and they were just awesome. Don't tell me I didn't put that one in there. Really? Okay. Daggone it. All right. Well, we have to kind of wrap up, but it looks like all my pictures didn't go in. But anyway, this is from Frozen Empire. So you go in through Ray's occult books, and there's all of these little let's say there's all of the little Stay Puff Marshmallow Men,
Mm.
and I'm trying to find out why didn't my pictures download? Daggone it. No, we already did that one.
No.
We already did that one. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. Even if that means I may have to go to my cloud drive and get it. I'm sorry. I thought I had downloaded them, and it turns out that I had not. But no worries. Give me a few seconds, and I will find them for you. Okay, why do I feel like I lost everybody? Okay, here I go. Here I go. All right, so ooh, let me see. Where are we gonna start at? So we started in Ray's occult books. Let me go over here. Okay, so
Yummy.
you're gonna see all of these little Stay Puff Mar. Oh, this is almost reminds me of the dessert, which is Stay Puff Marshmallow S'more, except he's on the top, and literally somebody has a blowtorch, a pastry torch, and you know makes the marshmallows all nice and toasty, and it melts on the chocolate and all of that stuff. And it's so delicious. But this one is so funny because it's like he's already yeeted sitting there like that. And let's see, here's also another one where there's a trap that's on the desk in Ghostbusters HQ. And you've got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on the ghost trap there. So
That's my
they're
favorite
all
marshmallows.
they're the freaking hilarious. I mean, it's like one of the best sight gags, one of the best sight gags ever that they have with that. This is, I don't like quality of it, but of course there's the PK meter, and then of course the we'll say the I'm forgetting the name, but you know what it is, the artifact where basically it pretty much broke the PK meter with how much extraterrestrial activity that they had going on with it. Crazy. Yes, Insidious is a different kind of scary.
Mm-hmm.
That s'more, oh my gosh, you gotta get that s'more.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get that s'more. It is
That makes me
so
want marshmallows. Or you ever done a s'more on the Keebler Elves chocolate fudge stripe cookies? Game
no.
changer.
I have to try
Game changer.
that. I gotta try that. Of course, this is the lab that's recreated from Frozen Empire. They've even got a section. They one of the ones where Phoebe is actually in it. It's like a recreation of Phoebe, which they have. Of course, there's so much old stuff that's in it. Here's the proton pack. Yes, actual proton packs. You can see that. Thank you. The Orb of Garacus. Yes.
Mm.
And Dan just basically says a brass ball. Pretty much is what it is. Literally is a brass ball. So let me show you guys. Let me see if I get a good, I think I got a good shot of it. Okay. This room right here.
Oh.
Now, for this particular house, the Universal Creative Team got an advanced showing of the film before it came out in the theaters because they had to develop the house. So in order to recreate the scene that was frozen in the 1930s, they had to get input from the people who put this together. So when you walk in here, well, one, yes, it is colder, but also how they do the snow and the ice effect, because you see the ice shards here, these people who they're frozen in ice. And I think I got a close-up picture. I'm trying to find it. Well, better yet, we'll just zoom in. Here we go. Okay. With how they did this. Look, this is literally like some kind of how do I put it? Kind of like if you used a fire extinguisher and the foam from the fire extinguisher, but it's like a cross between that and like fake snow. And it's not just haphazardly strewn all over the place. It seems very purposeful from how they do it. You also, you know how like when you flock a tree, it's kind of like that too, when you get the flocking spray. But it's like how they do it on all of this stuff with the spots, which looks like people were like walking in, and it's just fascinating. You look at here, it
Hidden
looks like
door.
cracked. Yeah. Hello, there's another camera.
Boy, there's two
That
right next to each other. Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because they want to make sure
I
you
don't mess
people get
around.
out. Look at this. Fully
Jeez.
clothed, but has like the snow effect in the hair and all of that. It's just the buttons, even the costuming is down to that particular time period. Yeah, 19. Well, that's part of the movie. If you've seen the movie Sunset Harbor Entertainment, when you see the fire department gets called, and literally it's the fire department from the same fire station that we've seen in the Ghostbusters movies, except it's in the 1930s. And it's actually still, where did I put that? Oh, here's the picture I was looking for. So I had to get up closer. Look at this. This is what I'm saying. It's not haphazard how they do this.
Oh.
Just think it's like you have to have that painting done and then different gradations of all that that's put in. It's amazing. Asbestos was used in the 1950s for smell. Oh man, that's scary on so many points. Oh, I remember seeing footage of how Space Mountain was originally sponsored by Monsanto. You know, they used to make the asbestos. I kid you not. Yeah, they did.
Wow.
They did. It was crazy. I'm trying to find that picture that I had of the outside of the firehouse. Ooh, look at the glass. Yes, this really fascinated me. In here, look at the glass. Like the frost that they have on the glasses and all of that. I would love to redo that. Have that in my house. So let me see. I think here's the Ghostbusters car. Now, in this particular haunted house, yes, the car quote unquote crashes into the building. So it's pretty cool. Apparently, they bought two of these cars, one specifically to saw in half. It's for this particular prop. It's so cool. You see it's like all busted through there. It's great. And let me see. Okay, so we did that one. Okay. So the last one that I'm going to show you really, really, really quick. And I think this one was the monsters from Latin America. Which was really, really freaking gross. But some of them I hadn't heard of, but let's see. I'll show you this one if I can get it over here so you guys can
Oh.
see.
Wow.
Now, apparently, and I'm forgetting the name of this particular monster from Latin America. Apparently, she can turn into a freaking bird or something like that at night. And this is actually a full animatronic that they had at Universal Studios Hollywood
Oh.
that they loaned to Universal Orlando. When you walk in here, it smells like a barn. It smells like there's
Oh.
bird droppings in it. I mean, I don't know what scent that they're pumping through there, but if you've ever been in a dirty barn at time forgotten, there's lots of bird droppings in it. That's what this smells like.
I mean, I've been to the Florida State Fair, where they got the chickens.
Yeah, that's close. Yes. Because I walked in there and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is dead on freaking accurate. And somebody asked, they said, what kind of scent is
Right.
that? And dude said, yeah, moldy barn, pretty much is what it is. And it smells just freaking like it. It's not a chupacabra. No. No, that's
Oh,
like
it's got chicken
that's like the
fingers.
yeah, that's like little vampire looking creature. But no, this one, um, is it Lala Chusa? Is that her name? I think so. I'd never heard of this one, but at the end, this full animatronic that they have going on, you'll see her. Oh my gosh! They even have the talons up in this. How they do this? the articulation on this is just insane. And while I'm looking at this, they actually have this day, which they call it Blood Day, where they have to put together all the blood for the different haunted houses. But different houses call for different types of blood composition. So literally one day, they make all the blood for the haunted houses. And imagine when these guys go to lunch and they've got these different kind of blood stains out and they're going over to like IHOP or something like that. But yeah, this is what they do. There's a lot of work that goes into these houses. Yeah, that's the bird droppings and and the skeletons and stuff. So when you go in this house, Monstros, you will look like you're going through different areas in Latin America. I'm forgetting what the name of this dude, but apparently he's on stilts. Oh, which reminds me, when you are in the Ghostbusters house, you will see a larger than life version of Garaka. That is a scare actor who is on stilts. So let me just say, when you see the outside of the Ghostbusters firehouse, don't get too distracted. That's all I'm going to say. Do not get too distracted because that Garaka it's one of the best setups to scare the heck out of you. Remember, I keep talking about distraction, so you can't see you're not paying attention to what's going on. Oh my gosh,
Mm-mm.
it is perfect. It is perfect.
That sounds terrifying.
It is. It is. It's terrifying. This one, I'm forgetting what his name is, but yeah, the one with the bird chick. Yeah, that was Lala Juza, which I'd never heard of before. But apparently, she can turn into a like bird thing and take people away at night. But in the beginning of Monstros, there's this, of course, obviously it's death, and he's digging a grave. But it starts out as basically, oh, while I'm digging this grave, why don't I tell you a story about all of these different monsters in Latin America? But by the time you get to the end, in the beginning, you're like, well, who's he digging this grave for? Well, obviously, this is who he's digging the grave for, which is for you. And it's just like, man, there's, grave that's down there and he's digging, and yeah. So it's a cool one. It's a different one to to go through. A lot of these, like I said, the only Latin American monster I'm aware of is chupacabra. That's the only
Does
one. I
that
think that's
thing
the one that like sucks the blood out of goats. I don't like goats, so I think the chupacabra is pretty
mm,
freaking cool.
does that thing move? This or does it just
You
stand
know
there?
what? I think it does. I think it does move. But there's definitely
Mm.
scare actors. Like there's one actually not in front, but like we'll say the back left, where they can sneak out
Mhm.
and get you for a nice lovely scare at the end. This animatronic is there for 2 months, works perfectly. Meanwhile, at Tiana's, yeah,
Yeah.
I think one, it's a pneumatic animatronic that, well, one, it's been tested like out in Hollywood, and they're like, okay, recreate the same conditions, because in these haunted houses you're in a climate controlled tent.
Yeah.
That's number one, so they can control the climate, and there's not like a whole lot of running water like there is over in Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So yeah, this house, it's a very unique house. and I actually enjoyed looking at all the stuff. A lot of people say they don't like this house. They don't like that house. One of the things about this house that I didn't like was a lot of the kidnapped babies. So I
Oh,
will warn you about that. They'll have like
that's kind of cringy.
where there's like blood. It's very, very cringy. I think it's one of those things where I don't think the cultural translation works. I can understand in certain areas it's different because like I've heard, well, there's definitely like legends of kids getting kidnapped, or the my favorite, the cat's gonna steal the kid's breath. I have heard that one before. Yes,
Well,
I love Cat's Eye, by the way.
anyone.
But my grandparents would tell like a lot of these urban legends, but the baby kidnappings and slayings I had not heard of before. So I don't think that's going to really, I think that gets lost in translation a little bit. And I think it's one of those cases where it's like just because it works in Hollywood doesn't mean it's going to work in uh in Orlando.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that it was really, really dark. I'm just like, there's a lot of kidnapped babies in here, and dead drunk people. But at the same time, it just no, it was aesthetically inside. It looked cool, but I think a lot of it is lost in cultural translation. And I think what most people are going to see is like, why are there all of these like baby baskets and strollers and things where the kids are missing and there's blood stains there. Yeah. So I don't like babies, but dang, yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't like that. Not happy I didn't see Chupacabra. I was looking forward. I was looking forward to seeing one of those. I wanted to see what it looked like, but again, this tour well worth the money. I mean, the tour guide that we had, he was extremely knowledgeable. Always love to talk about questions. One of the questions that I had asked is we were walking around the sound stages and I was seeing like these green X's and stuff on the floor. And I'm like, what are those for? And he said, yeah, that's for the scare actors to know where they have to go.
Wow.
Yeah, so they know which way that they have to go. And sometimes some of them have gotten confused and gone the wrong way.
Oh, now
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah. So there's a lot that goes on, behind the scenes. Sometimes a scare actor, wait, no, I'm not supposed to be in that one. I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to be in this one.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's really cool seeing that behind the scenes stuff, and not only just that, just seeing all of the work that goes
Mm,
into putting these haunted houses together, from initial concept to uh, to execution, all the tricks that they use, and for me, just all the attention and detail that they put into the houses. Some of them they smell old when you go into Eternals, the Bloodlines one, the Gothic romance house. It smells old in some of those places. Like you hear the candle smells. You'll see like all the detail of like all the just artifacts and
an
stuff
old
that they have
crypt. Oof.
there. Yeah, the crypt keeper kind of feel, and the goblin feast. They've got some places that smell like pumpkin and some places that smell like something else that I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't want to know what they have putting in there, but like the barn, it smells like a barn. There's places where if it's like a lot of the fog, it'll have like that palpable
Mhm.
smell that they'll have that's
Mm.
going on. Some places where things get burned, you smell like sulfur. That's what that. In the candy factory, you will smell candy
Oh,
smells
that's so
too,
cool.
as well.
Mm.
Do they have that tour every year? Yes, Slither and Hobbit. They have that tour every year. The house has changed, but yeah, you can do a three house tour. I highly suggest doing the six house tour. Might as well. You get about an hour break for lunch. I just highly suggest bringing your own lunch because if you don't, then you have to either go out into the city walk or whatever to get it, or buy what they have there, which is extremely expensive. You do not need to buy a park admission for the tour,
Hmm,
so you don't need park
that's
admission
interesting.
to do that because you're being escorted around,
Hmm.
so you don't need that. Um, you can buy the tickets online. Everything is cheaper online. You can buy the tickets. I forget how many of a limit there is. Some nights, some tours may sell out. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that happen. But this is a great option if you want to check out the houses with the lights on. Not all of them, but you get a good
Mm.
enough idea. That's why I say do six, for see how they do the houses, how they do the scares. You get an idea of the storyline around the house. So one of the things that you have that people who go through the houses blind don't have is all this stuff about them and how they put them together. And great idea for scaredy cats. LOL. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to be putting a video together. I did one for my lifestyle channel, I want to say like a year and a half ago, but I kind of want to update that. It's like how to do Halloween Horror Nights if you're a scaredy cat.
I watched it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I was like, I gotta watch this. I need advice. And I I don't know. I'm scared so easily. I don't even know if going to these tours would even really help because they're so good at what they do there. I
They
mean, I've only been once, and this was back in like what, 1998, 99? And oh, that was the one. Like it's me. And it's gotten more in years. They've gotten even better at it here.
Yes. Yes.
I'm like, I don't know if I could do it.
There's some houses that it's like okay, it's funny, it's like it's funny, it's campy, it's scary, but it's like how to say it, like
Like a
Scooby Doo
funny,
scary.
scary,
Yeah, like it's like some of them are like a funny
like
or
comedy.
like funny scary, not like super scary. You will get jump scares.
That's what I don't
Um,
like, are the jump scares. That's what gets me. I
yeah,
startle
so
very easily.
I know. I do too. I do too. So it's and then of course I'm too busy looking at, oh, look at this makeup. Oh, look at this set here. I'm not
No,
looking where I'm like
I had this
it's
one
a ghost.
scare actor, she came right up to me, and she was like this, like, dead-looking ice skater. And I loved her outfit, her hair, her makeup, and I was just, like, so drawn to her face because I was just like, "How did they do that?" Of course, you get too close, and she literally got in my face, went with this little, like, rattle can that had and, yeah, I was like, "What?" I'm like, "I just wanna see you. I just wanna admire your makeup. You look amazing."
I know that that's what I get when I go through the scare zones, like when I do the live streams and I take you guys through the scare zones. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, the makeup, their zombie makeup looks so good. And they're trying to like freaking scare me. But I'm so invested in like how do they put that set together and where is that
This
person,
earplugs are nice
coming
heavy.
out of. And
Mm,
go and shogi, this is another good suggestion.
sunglasses, awesome.
Definitely, definitely
I
good earplugs.
The
Definitely.
house is
I mean,
like so dark. Huh.
it's really loud. A hoodie,
Mm. Yellow
yeah,
sunglasses.
definitely.
Mm.
It makes increases the ambient light so the house isn't so dark. But here's the other thing, and I noticed this when I had the polarized sunglasses on. Usually the scare actors are trying to get eye contact, see which way that you're looking. When you
Mm.
have sunglasses on, they can't really tell which way that you're looking.
Huh.
And I have noticed that totally by accident. that I noticed that. So you can, well, not necessarily in the haunted houses, but when you're in the scare zones, you can see them before they see you. Is if you got, yeah, because that's how it is. They're looking to see how you're paying attention. If you are like literally, oh my god, I don't know what's going on. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
gonna
they can
come.
faces, and that's what I mean, if I were a scare actor, I'd be doing the same thing, reading body language and facial expressions to who my target's gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
and, I if you put me in that environment, I can't hide my face.
Because you can
Oh,
see the
yeah.
ones like the crazy ones like me. It's like we're looking, and they can see that you're looking for them, so they kind of approach you differently. Like they come up with, here, I got this dead thing that you might want to, and they know how they can kind of, they can kind of engage you that way, or as opposed to the ones that are just scared and all they have to do is just walk up and and they just start screaming everything. I think it's funny. I would
Yeah,
be a
that's
target for
me. I
all of them.
be a target for all of them. Yep, same here. I can't and even if I was good at my face expressions, they could still read my eyes. They could just they could see the fear, you know?
They're very good at at finding you with that. And if there's a lot of fog,
I
watch
hate
out.
that. It's a cool
Watch
effect,
out.
but it really sucks if you're the one walking and you're not the scare actor.
And they're just like
Oh,
they're
you can't see
and they're
anything.
right up in
And
your
they'll
face.
creep
Although
right next to you and walk right along next to you, and you're just kinda like, "Oof." Like, you just kinda, "Ugh."
you've seen it on my live streams, they will
Oh,
follow me and see, okay, which way is the camera? They'll follow me. It's like
yeah.
I have to say it's like who it is. Sometimes I'll just follow you, or eventually they'll just start video bombing me. The more that I'm out there, I'll start to see who's who with the camera, and they love to like ham it up. It's great. They're so
He's so
funny. But I go to
weird.
these like I'm freaking Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Ugh.
But it's fun. So definitely, if you are skittish about Halloween Horror Nights, you can
Mhm.
do the Behind the Screams tour. That's fun. Also, if you're scared and you're going by yourself and you don't have anybody with you, do the
Just
RIP tour. A group of
You
all of
said
you together.
RIP, not VIP. What is it
They
for?
call it the RIP tour.
In peace tour?
RIP. Yeah, rest in peace
Rest
tour.
in peace? That's interesting. I mean, it's cute, but
You see them walking around. You're kind of all they're all there together. You get priority entrance into the haunted houses. So that's another thing. It's more expensive, but everybody's freaked out and scared all together.
oh god, I don't know if that makes it worse or any better.
I don't know. For some people, they're scared because they don't want to go by themselves.
Oh, no, I'm just scared no matter what. It don't matter,
Yeah, there's some people where they're
you
just like,
know?
no, I just no, that's just not for me. That's not for me. Slytherin Hobbit says, when we were at Diagon Alley last week, a Death Eater stood right next to me with his face right next to my face. When I noticed he was there, I jumped and screamed. Everyone laughed. Oh my gosh. The
Yeah.
Death Eaters are great. And if you're not doing Halloween Horror Nights, the Death Eaters actually come out early. I would say like about an hour before the park closes. So you can get to interact with them out of Diagon
Oh,
Alley
cool.
while they're searching for those of you with the dark mark, you know.
I'm going to pee my pants. Yes. Uh, yeah.
Well, I will be back out at Halloween Horror Nights in about 2 weeks. I've got the frequent fear pass, so I got like 25 more nights to show up, and I'll be there like on Halloween night. So, yeah, I paid I think about 230 for that. They put those passes on sale last because
Mm.
they're getting all the single day tickets and all that
Right.
stuff first. So
So just hold out until. Do you get like a notification or something? Like, how do you?
sometimes Universal will drop the information. Some of us stalk Universal's ticket sites to make
Okay.
sure, is it up yet? Is it up yet? Is it up yet? Because there's some people who got the multi-night pass along with the express with it, which was like $1,000, and people paid it
Oh,
like that. Yeah,
whoa. That's.
yeah.
Ooh, I like
They're
Halloween,
like,
but there's a lot I can do with $1,000.
yeah, I
Uh,
know, I
I don't
know.
know about all that. That's wow.
Some folks did it, and they paid for it. It's like, 30 or 40 nights
Whew.
with express pass every night. It's severely limited though, because they sold out
Yeah.
like that. But cannot recommend this tour enough. Again, looking at what they put into it, it's like the type of Imagineering that Imagineering used to do,
Yeah.
but don't that they don't do, anymore. You've got a tour guide to answer all of your questions. Just
That
really
would
fun to
I would be that. Yeah. How many
fun.
Disney Imagineers did they have?
Yeah, how many worked on this? Because this looks like this ride, and this looks like this attraction, and this part looks like the Haunted Mansion gone sideways. That would be Insidious, folks. I'm just saying.
Oh gosh.
There's a lot of Pepper's ghost effects
Oh,
that
I love that. I want to do
that go
so
on
bad here.
in that. It is, again, it's I'm like, again, I'm walking through. I'm like, okay, y'all might not want to go in this one. I mean, Slaughter Cinema too. That's campy, gross fun. But like Insidious, I don't think you walk out of that one and go in the Universal Monsters Girls Gone Wild house. You'll like that one. All right, folks. Well, I know we went a little bit longer than I'd planned to, but wanted to share this tour with you guys. It's a lot of fun. It is well worth the money. I always like to tell you guys stuff that's worth the value for your dollar that you pay, and that tour is definitely worth it. So, Erica, where can folks find you so they can figure out how to do that pumpkin wreath hack that I'm gonna have
Oh,
to try?
yeah. Some loading some Halloween videos. My son wants me to do some of our behind the scenes and how we set up.
Ooh, nice.
So I was like, okay. Don't even know how I'm going to go about that. But you can find us at erica.raff or dash raff on YouTube. And for the most part, we're just empty nesters, early empty nesters, expats living in Germany. And we are in a brand new phase of life where the kids are grown. We're relatively new grandparents and we're kind of figuring out life, this new phase of life. So we're just sharing our new experiences with you guys. That's kind of the intent. I guess we're kind of going brand new to this. So we don't load every week as much as I'd like to. We have health
Mhm.
issues between the two of us. So getting out and filming's kind of been slowed down at the moment.
Well, folks, you definitely have got to check out their channel. I will have the link to Erica's website in the description box of this video so you guys can go to her channel and flood her with questions about how the heck did she pull off the background that she's got going on uh, right now. Because I'm just like, dang.
Oh, I can do behind the scenes of this. I mean, if you don't mind seeing the house is starting like a construction site already. And
Oh my
it's just going to
gosh.
get each week that goes on, the house will look even worse.
You
Bad, really bad.
totally You totally should, because there is a niche market out there for people who like to do this, like to
Well,
do
I hate
these
showing off a messy
recreations.
house. I'm like, oh gosh, people are going to think we live this way. It's like there's just boxes and trash everywhere, for clippings, just tape, glue. It gets bad in here. Like you can't even walk.
Well, I would love to see that one because I'll be doing good. I have to redo the background of the studio a little bit, but I have to figure out how to. I have to figure out how to hang up Vampire Teddy. This tree because he's so freaking cool. Like, I have to do this.
Do a fishing line look like he's floating in the air?
Ooh.
Because it's invisible. You can't really see it in the dark or even in the light. It's the best way to hang anything you want to give the illusion that it's floating by itself in the
Oh,
air.
okay.
It's fishing line. It's
Yeah, I need
relatively easy
that
to work with.
because I need that for my Spider Man, so I can hang him upside down.
That'd be cool.
Spider Man plush. As for myself, you guys, I am man. Everybody and their mother. I will have a watch party this evening for Psycho 2. Norman Bates comes home. It was filmed in Florida, which is why I love seeing this film. Yes, on Universal Orlando property that it was filmed on. So we'll be watching that along with Retro Nerd Girl. So you guys do not want to miss that watch party. It's going to be an absolute blast. No welcome to Florida on Sunday because Sunday is Camera Girl's birthday proper. And I believe we're going to be too busy besides eating Publix birthday cake.
Shush. It's not allowed. Language is not allowed in this house.
Publix birthday cake and playing Super Princess Peach, which is still in the freaking shrink wrap. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna play it. We're gonna play it then and get that
I'm gonna
done.
bake a cake now.
I know.
I have to
Oh
bake
God.
cakes because you cannot get good cake out. Well, the common cake it's horrible. I'll bake the stuff out of a box is better than what they have at the commissary.
Oh my gosh. I'm thinking like
Bad it is.
Germany, man, the bakeries must be off the chain.
So so German cakes and their sweets aren't really all that sweet. They don't use a lot of sugar in their baked goods. So a lot of what you get is either sugarless or
Mhm,
semi-sweet. Even like their whipped cream, not sweet,
mhm.
which is really, I still haven't gotten used to it because I like the American whipped cream because it's sweet.
Yeah, I'm thinking because so much because cane sugar was such a cash crop in the Americas. I'm just like, there's German bakeries I've been to here in the States, and they've been here for like hundreds of years, and oh god, there's sugar everywhere. The buttercream, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
and
it's
it's
crack.
not very sweet at all. You if as an American you have to get used to it because we're so used to sugar. But
It's everywhere.
you go to the German donuts, and I mean at the end of the day, it is Dunkin'. So the stuff there is really. Um, I'm not saying their stuff isn't bad. Pastries are delicious. It's
It's
not
just
as
different.
sweet. Now you can go to France, and oh yeah, they believe in all the sugar. They
Yeah.
believe in sugar.
Oh, it's like giving me all sugar. Oh man. Well, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us for the Resort Recon live show. We just get here and just get together, just nerd out about theme parks, theme park
I
news,
love it.
and be able to share this stuff with you. So you folks have an amazing rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to Erica and Rob's channel, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.